centimeters of snow in April is a bit
That's
silly.
ridiculous. What the hell?
Oh, wow.
Apparently, the polar, like the air that normally sits over the pole slipped
Mhm.
over Ontario, and the Northwest Territories and the Yukon are just roasting.
Hmm.
It's kind of wild to see on the global heat map.
Yeah, 20 centimeters of snow, either way, is wild to me.
Yeah, yeah, and that was in a day. Luckily, we hadn't, put all the trucks completely into mothballs yet. But first thing this morning was a little more adventuresome than
Mm.
I think a lot of people had already switched their tires from winter to all season, and that probably didn't help.
Yeah, definitely. Where I'm at, like if we get like just a couple of centimeters of snow or just like hint of snow, um, people go crazy. There's always a lot of like car accidents, even if there's um not really a lot of snow. Like they become over protective in a way,
Yeah,
over careful, so they mess up because of that.
yeah, it requires a certain amount of experience because it is very different driving. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still kind of funny to me because I think the early mid '90s there was a quote unquote massive snowstorm that struck Washington D.C. And I remember seeing like in all the news articles you could point out the Canadian because they were walking by in a spring jacket.
I love things like that. We have
But yeah,
Sue here about with the rain, and it's I love it when we get like foreigners or just transfer students in general who haven't really been through our weather, and we're like,
oh
as you
yeah.
said, walking around like very light coats, and they're like, what are they doing? How do they survive? It's one of my most favorite things.
Can I ask a question about the map we're shown?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Um, so my character has the noble background. Um, Welton looks both large and out of the way enough to be a wonderful place to have a nobility title from. Does that seem reasonable?
You know what? I'm gonna say yes. I feel like that's very reasonable.
Great. And where are we starting ish?
So we will be starting kind of in like the middle here around can you guys see when I move? Are you able to see
No,
I
this?
don't think so. No, sorry.
you
Hold on,
might have to draw or something.
we're gonna give a nice little draw. We're gonna be kind of hello.
Oh,
Ah.
up there.
We're gonna be mainly circled around this fun area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's kind of in the middle of Bastion City and Monk Village, um, somewhere a little dark and deep. I will give you guys a fun overview once our last player is in here and we can kick things off. But yes, um, we are gonna get started soon, hopefully. The the adventure that you guys are playing is going to be a heist to an afterlife casino.
Oh my.
So
That
get
sounds
ready.
really exciting. Yay.
Heist. Oh,
that sounds like fun.
Mm.
My apologies to everyone listening. I am so bad with voices. So
Oh,
if you just hear me break out, there's only one accent that I can do, and it's a really broken Southern accent. I've tried British, and it also just turns into a Southern accent. So
Oh, I
everyone,
have that same problem. Ah.
so if you just like hear me talking and break into a Southern accent, just pretend the characters speak in whatever voice you can imagine, because they're all going to be Western in my head right now.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
I'm sure your Southern accent can't be any worse than mine.
Why would you do that? No. I can't even compare now. That was such a good draw.
I'm from North Carolina, but I've been in Arizona for almost 20 years, so I don't think I have the accent anymore.
That was, oh my gosh, you're gonna literally hear me do the jankiest Southern accent from someone from North Carolina, and I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
Oh my god.
I'm more for the story over the special effects, so I don't mind if you're not doing voices. I may ask to just be sure that I know who's talking. Other than that, I'm just happy to hear the story.
Mm,
Thank you.
same.
I appreciate it.
Also, I'm not American, so if it's a bad accent, I won't be able to tell.
I appreciate that. I know. As soon as I heard you speaking, I was like, I know I'm not even gonna try my English accent. It's like, it'll just be so bad.
No, I'm also not English.
Where are you from? I'd ask.
Sweden.
You're from Sweden?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Well, I love your. I
Okay.
don't do a Swedish accent either, but I love your accent.
I can bring out more of the Swedish. I can speak IKEA if you want.
Oh my god, someone please clip that. That was so funny. Yeah. You know what I've always oh my gosh. You're actually I've been looking for like a Swedish hookup. This sounds wrong, but I
What?
can't
Someone needs some context to this.
back in the beginning of February, IKEA recently dropped like this old collection from the 1970s and they revamped it. And there's
Mhm.
one piece of furniture that I've always wanted. They
Mhm.
changed the name, but it used to be like the Tosh TAJKT, and it's like a couch. It's like a jean couch that unfolds, and it's like a square sofa with like two cushions on top, and then like there's a
Mm.
under cushion on top that can like move back and forth. That is such a bad description, but I have been eyeing this drop because I've been wanting this for so long, and they
Aw.
released everything, but the couch is only available in Sweden. And I'm okay. What the fuck? They released everything else to the US, and I was like, the one piece of furniture that I've wanted. I want my couch.
Can you spell that again?
Yeah, I think it's TAJKT
T
or
A J K E.
no KT. The J and the K could be interchanged. I don't remember. Let me hold on.
T.
TA.
Oh, tact.
Yes, but they changed it under a new name when they released it.
Oh.
But it's like a blue. Oh, TAJT. Sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, that's how you know
yeah.
the word tight? That's what
Yes.
that's how we spell it.
Oh, tight.
Yeah, tight.
Oh, that's cool. They renamed it to the Varkumla, Varkumla.
That's a city. Varkumla.
Ooh. But it's literally only, yeah. So I'm very upset because I was so excited when February hit and all of my dreams got crushed so fast.
Varkumla.
I'm just
So
saying.
funny. Oh, that one. Oh.
It's been a dream of mine to own a couch.
Oh.
For those of you who are watching in Twitch and on our platform, I'm so sorry we're waiting on one player, but please listen to me as I try to get a joust in my midst. try to find
Go for it.
one. Anyone else can ship internationally, please.
I won't be able to ship it to America.
It's okay.
You mean that one, right?
Did you? I don't know where you
I
dropped
sent it
it.
in the chat for Welcome to Arena. Actually, I can send it in a private chat instead.
Oh,
That's
I
probably
see.
better.
That one. That is literally. Cause I want two of them to make like a full couch, or just one of them like in the corner because it extends into like a.
Mm.
I don't know. It's an amazing design,
Yeah, it
and I'm
looks really nice. I really loved it. Like
right.
the
And they brought.
combination of the jeans and the brown.
It's just the color, like the style, the design, everything is so perfect. And I'm mad
Oh.
that they brought back literally every single piece from the collection to the US except for that one item. Like, that is so heartbreaking.
But surely you can make one.
You are severely overestimating my sewing skills. But maybe I'll try. I can't get my hands on it. I will try.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
they're messaging me saying that they are almost home.
Mhm.
So as soon as they get in here, we can begin the adventure. Also, um, this is mainly for SC sitting in the audience. I can't have Twitch or the platform open right now, the other stream. So could you check chat for me and let me know if anyone says anything? Because my eyes are going to be on a bunch of different things.
Mhm.
I'm going to hope that they heard me and said yes. Oh my gosh, perfect. You're the best. I'm also probably going to minimize my Discord screen so I have like so many tabs open right now. Has anyone here ever played Dungeons and Dragons before? Or is this like first time players?
Once before.
I have. I'm actually in the middle of the Ghost of the Salt Marsh.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, yes, we've talked about this. That is a fun one.
I've played off and on for a very long time, but I haven't had anything together.
Okay, perfect. So we got some like baseline here. I'm still kind of new to DMing, so I'm gonna try my best, but like
Oh, that's exciting.
I'm just gonna apologize now if things kind of go haywire. But I don't think they would. I've ran this one shot before a little bit ago, so some people watching may kind of recognize some bits and pieces of it. But this is new for you guys, and running this again will hopefully give me a more smoother run through now.
Mm. Is it something you crafted yourself, or is it something?
I'm currently using a story from Keys from the Golden Vault, so it's a series of heists. It's based on
Oh.
Dungeon and Dragons, so that's a story I'm using. But basically, the maps and the characters and everything, I've put my own twist on them
Nice.
to kind of like add some fun, and
Yeah.
also because role playing everyone with a southern accent is just easier for me. So let me send a message real quick. If anyone sees them pop up in the audience, let me know. I'm online right now, so hopefully. I also was gonna add some music, and then I realized that you couldn't even hear me when I played the music. So
Oh well.
maybe I'll try it from my phone, and we'll see if it's too loud.
Is there not like a bot that we could add?
There probably is. I just couldn't figure it out.
Uh,
Can you guys hear this?
yes,
Okay. Is it loud? Quiet?
it's loud.
Okay. How's that?
Yeah,
Yeah, still loud.
it's still loud, but I think that your compressor is also making it a little bit uneven.
Okay. Let me turn down the volume just a little bit more then. And then I'm gonna get some like pre-heist music in here as we wait.
Mm.
Sorry. Is that super loud?
I think it's
It's
fine.
better now. It started off a bit loud.
Okay. If it gets too loud or you guys can't hear me, let me know and I'll turn it down. I'm literally just playing this from my phone.
Okay.
So we're gonna get some nice ambiance music as we're waiting for our last player. I think they should be joining very soon. Hopefully everyone can hear this fun music that is, it's like waiting room music for D&D. Oh, okay. I think they're here. Perfect. Okay, let's pull them up if they are in the audience. Let me send this to them too so they can get in here. Oh. Okay. Invite to speak.
Hello.
Oh, welcome.
Hi.
So glad I could join you guys.
Yay! I'm so glad that you can join us. Oh no, did we lose?
I've got my fancy math rocks ready to go.
I love that.
I'd love that too.
Amazing,
Yeah, I
amazing.
got some shiny ones, and I've got ones that react to like black light. And then I have
Ooh.
ones that I forgot glow in the dark, and then I had them next to my bed, and I'm like, what's that random green thing next to my bed? And I was like, oh, it's my D20.
Oh my gosh, wait, those sound so fun. I want to do a dice tour if you guys have dice tour later, but that can come
Yeah.
out another. I love seeing people's dice collection. Before we begin, I know Owlbear Rodeo is probably new to all of you. There's so many different sites out there. This is just one that I prefer because it's like easy to move stuff around and it's good for a beginner DM. I'm gonna do like a quick walkthrough so you guys can find everything. So this here at the top is the dice roller. So if you can see, there's just preset dice here.
Nice.
Right.
And you can see it. If you click the D20 at the top, you can actually change the color of the dice. So if you want like that fits your character better, feel free. And then as we play, if somehow there's like an advantage, a disadvantage, or anything, you can add advantage and disadvantage here, and then it'll automatically add that to your roll. And then I don't know if you guys have this. This might just be for me, but there's a hide roll area if you want to just like roll on the side, and because once you roll, it'll show up on the screen for everyone.
Yeah, so everybody can see you. Everybody can see you roll a nat 1.
Pretty much. If you crit fail, I'm sorry, everyone can see you. Which I think is very funny. Let me get on. I realized that I was still in the drawing area. So this is initiative tracker. Once we kind of get started, I can add you guys to initiative. And this just helps everyone see like what turn you guys all are. For those of you who like are still new to D&D or kind of like haven't played very much, when I ask you to, like, if it's a group effort, if you're battling or something, I'm gonna ask you all to roll for initiative, and when I say that, you're all just gonna roll a d20, and then it'll line you up in order from like highest roll to lowest roll, and that's the order that the battle will take place in. And then you can see all of your player names here. And yes, I'm trying to think. Let me see what your sidebar looks like, so I can see what you guys. Okay, so you do have all of these. You have like this little hand. This is just like to move, zoom in, zoom out. This will help, like, if you're kind of looking for an area or trying to describe to me and you don't really understand, like, you guys can do that. And then if you're walking or looking for like movement, this sheet, since it's the beginning map, it doesn't have like the grids or anything, so you won't be able to like track movement on here because it's just like the beginning. But once you kind of see, yeah, perfect. You can measure your distance, or you can measure like movement by walking. This one lets you know like 10 feet, 15 feet. But on the other pages, you'll see like actual squares, and those squares are going to be 5 feet each. So if your movement speed is like 20, then you can only move 5 squares. That doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
just I do have this thing called dyscalculus, so I might say like what's on the dice, and I might ask you to calculate that for me.
No worries, I can totally do that.
Okay, thank you.
And then if you guys like need to text anything, I put your characters in. You'll see them on the next page. But if you guys like need to say anything, there's a chat function, like a little typey chat function that you can just put up there. And yeah, I think that covers pretty much. I'm trying to think. That like covers the basis of what you guys need to pretty much keep track of. Otherwise, if you have any questions or are looking for something or don't remember where something is on the screen, just let me know, and I'm more than happy to help walk you guys through it. Besides that, are you guys all ready to begin?
Yes.
Yes.
I am.
Let's see how much chaos the bards are gonna cause.
I know
Heck
that
yeah.
words.
Okay. Is there any other bards besides me?
Yes, we have 2 bards in here.
Oh.
I believe we have 2 bards, a fighter, and a wizard.
Oh.
Okay.
And I'm a assassin, rogue elf.
Oh,
I'm probably a nepo baby first, more than.
one bard. Labrys, I'm using your character sheet that you dropped previously for Tig's old one shot. Is that the same character sheet that you wanted?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
because I'm doing like, because I'm in 2 campaigns. I'm in one where we use the full character sheet, so I had to kind of adapt some stuff. Some stuff might not be on there, but I have my original character sheet in case if you do need it that I used for my other campaign.
Okay, perfect. This one should be good. The one that I have, yeah, that's the one that I added in, so should be good.
Okay.
All should be well.
Cool.
All right, friends. Let's get us started here. Is the music too loud? Can you guys actually like hear it at all or anything?
It's okay.
Perfect.
In here.
Okay. So I wanted to welcome you all to playing. You guys are going to be participating in a heist style adventure called the Stygian Gambit that takes place in the Afterlife Casino. So a little overview about the adventure that you're about to go on. The Afterlife Casino is a 3-dragon anti-tournament called the Grand Minosaurus Invitational, and it awards one winner with a sizable golden statuette and treasure. A former gambler with a score to settle hires you guys to steal the statuette as well as some gold from the casino's vault before the tournament ends and the winner is declared. You guys must escape to the casino, steal what you came for, and make it out. I hope you can. So, giving a little bit of a backstory to all of you, since this is a one shot, things are going to go a little bit quicker. So, you guys have all been scouted by an ally of the Stygian Gamut, and her name is Verity Kai. So Verity Kai sent you guys all a letter saying, "Greetings, operative. I am an ally of the Golden Vault named Verity Kai. I've had my life savings stolen from me by my devious gambling partner. I have found an opportunity to right this wrong. This quest, should you choose to undertake it, requires you to infiltrate the Afterlife Casino and steal a golden statue and a sum of money for me. Meet with me at the Brine Widow Tavern to learn more details and meet the rest of your team. Good luck, operatives." Do you all choose to accept this mission?
Yes.
Yes.
Sounds better
Yes.
than being bored.
So I am taking you guys through to the Brine Widow. This is a fun little tavern where you guys are able to kind of meet your teammates, meet your operatives, get to know each other, and see who you're going to be casually stealing things from.
This reminds me of GTA.
Oh.
So this Brine Widow is near the water, kind of that river I showed you on the map in the first scene. Having received directions all to here, you guys take this mysterious invitation to kind of look for someone named Verity Kai and meet the rest of your teammates who you're supposed to go on this quest for.
Hmm.
You guys are all scattered about. If you can find your characters, also, I put some labels. Actually, let me add text. Yeah. Okay. So you found Sienna. If you click, here, let me. I saw some of you guys didn't have characters on your like character sheet, like images. So I kind of.
Oh yeah, I have a drawing of mine. You want me to like put that in the chat real quick? I can do that.
Okay. If not, Hugo, you are gonna be over here. This is your
I'm-
character.
Thank you.
Ethan, this is you over here. And then Labris, I made you this character.
Okay.
That way you guys all know who you
Yeah.
are.
Mhm.
Amazing.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yes.
Can you? I'm sorry. Can you repeat again where I am? I think you had cut out there for a second. Can you show me where I am again?
This is you.
Okay.
You see this? Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, of course. Sorry, I just noticed you guys. I just kind of made little tokens for you. But once you find your characters, get settled. Introduce yourself. Talk around. Do you guys have any questions? You guys are supposed to be looking for Verity Kai.
Hugo takes up a shocking amount of space on that bench for a small fellow. He's between his backpack and some of his other stuff. He's kind of turned it into a chaise lounge for him. He's quite indulgent into his pikeweed and has a ridiculous size for him tankard of something stout beside him. And he's just casually, looks like he's not paying any attention, but he's making sure to catch everyone's face and just sort of, but he's not worried about it. He's been chosen for something, they'll find him. He's in full noble's gear, not like a traveler's outfit. He's got the full lace frilled cuffs, a poofy shirt with a tight vest, and he's in shades of red.
Interesting. Those are some good markers.
Mm.
As you guys are kind of getting your grip and looking for your other adventurer parties, you see someone enter kind of through the back door and just make her way over here to just kind of sit at a table. Just nonchalant, just there.
Can we have a few more details about their personage or how they walked in the room?
Yeah, you can tell that this person wasn't there to drink. They weren't really a typical tavern goer. Um, her eyes were kind of scanning the room as she walked in, and she had a confident step to her, but also just looked like a kinder person. She definitely was there for a reason, and the way that she sat, kind of taking up most of the table, you could feel her aura protruding from her.
Mm.
Although it seemed like a kind aura, there is a sweet scent of almost spite emanating from her character. And she didn't say a word. When she came in, no one noticed her, but she just sat in the corner and was minding her business.
Hmm.
Interesting.
The other people in the tavern, do they look like they belong, or do they look like people who would come here often? Aside
Um,
from our fellow people.
Most of the people that are in here just seem like typical tavern goers. There's some people eating, drinking, having a fun conversation. There's a barkeep over here. He's having a busy time trying to keep up with everyone's order. But other than that, it seems like a pretty fun tavern. There's some music playing in the background. There's just people having a good time. You see some people like arm wrestling over at this table. Just typical tavern-esque. Nothing looks
Mm.
out of the ordinary, and no one looks like they're here to cause any harm.
Okay.
As you guys make your way in, you kind of shuffle in, arriving at different times, just kind of like trying to find your grip. Um, yeah, if you guys want to move around or ask anyone, you guys are specifically looking for your party members and then also looking to connect with Verity.
Do we know that we have party members?
Yes, you know that you got an email, or not an email, sorry, a letter. This is 21st century now.
Mhm.
The letter
Ascending.
you received said operatives, implying that there was more than one of you. So you know that you're not going to be alone on this adventure.
Okay. I would like to ask the barkeep if they know who Kai is.
Yeah, of course. I'm
Oh,
so
do
sorry.
you have the card? Okay. I was like, is that music?
Um, hello, traveler. What can I get going for ya?
Hi, I'm looking for someone. I was hoping you could help me if you know of someone named Kai. I'm supposed to meet up here.
Looking for someone. Well, you see, this is a tavern. Many souls come and go. I don't know this specific person that you're talking about, but sorry, I'm trying so hard not to do a southern accent. Someone, someone out of the ordinary walked in a little bit ago, and they haven't ordered a single drop, but they're just sitting at that table. That could possibly be the person you're looking for, but I'm not too sure there. Can I get you a drink while you wait?
Not right now. I would like to stay sober for now.
Ugh, whatever. Call me when you got a gold piece to give me.
Thank you. Thank you. Would you say that the barkeep gestured towards Kai, or?
Yes, the barkeep kind of like nodded, not pointed, but he kind of looked over into the back corner's direction where there's literally only one person sitting alone at a table and kind of gave you that little head nod pointing over to the suspicious person who came a little bit ago.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone else want to do something?
To talk
Yeah.
to anyone, explore.
Yeah, I've been kind of listening in, I would say, and I'm gonna just I'm gonna try and like kind of stay kind of inconspicuous, but try to kind of get some information from them. So I'm gonna kind of go with. I'm gonna get a drink and then sit with my party members and kind of try to eavesdrop on if there's anything that they're talking about.
Interesting. Okay. If you're planning on eavesdropping, I'm gonna have you let's see. Roll a stealth check for me.
17 on the die.
Well, you leisurely kind of slide on over to the bar, looking so nonchalant, normal. No one even notices you're there. Take your hair and tuck it behind your ear so you're getting a clear shot of everything that's going on around you. You have eavesdropped successfully. Would anyone else like to?
I'd like to go talk to one of the locals and see how, how it is around here. Anything that may have exciting that may have happened recently. Maybe the one at the bar.
Which one at the bar?
Um, oh, sorry. The one I'm walking up to.
Yeah. Hello, darling. How are ya?
I'm doing just fine, thank you. So tell me, how's it like here in these pods?
Ooh, I mean, it's as wonderful as it could ever be. We've only had 15 deaths from the plague this year, which is way less than normal. Although my horse did get stolen the other day, but well, that's just life. You can't let that get you down. That's why I'm a regular at this tavern. It's like I never leave.
Oh,
And
I
as she's
understand that. Sorry.
no, you're okay. As she's talking, her words are kind of slurred. There's definitely like a smoke dust smell about her. Um, you can tell that she's been drinking and probably has not left that stool in a little bit.
Okay. This okay. I'll just ask her. So, I'm sorry about your horse. First of all, no. Has anything exciting happened around here recently? Any robberies or such?
Um, darling, things happen here all the time. Like I said, my horse got stolen just not too long ago, but that's life around here. There's just not much you can do. I mean, people are just here to have a good time, and I don't know. Is there anything in specific that you're looking for?
Hmm. Um. Well, has there been like a robbery at a certain house of a certain like high-end individual or noble or such?
Ooh, that's a great question. I mean, we don't really get nobles around these parts, but there is rumors of some secret hidden casino that possibly could be what you're talking about. However, I don't know much on that. But I wish you luck, and hopefully you get what you're searching for.
Oh, thank you so much. Now, if I were to use persuasion, can I possibly get more out of her?
Um, you can try rolling for persuasion, but you also just from seeing this individual, you know that they're just a commoner and they don't really know much about what's going on. They spend most of their time in the tavern. So you're more than welcome to try, but you may not get too lucky with that.
Okay, then I guess I'll pass then and see if I can maybe find someone else that may have more information about this hidden casino. If anybody else wants to do something else.
If not, I would like to go up to Kai. Is that okay?
Yeah, unless anyone else wants to do anything or talk to anyone.
I'm still ostentatiously looking, sort of keeping an eye out, trying to figure out who's here to talk to who. And I think I might ostentatiously take out a deck of cards and start using like prestidigitation to move them around.
Magic man over here. Look at him go. You this little like dragonborn hears the shuffling and just turns around, doesn't say anything, but just kind of watches you as your deck just like magically floats. You can tell that they're drunk off their ass, just in full awe that these cards are moving by themselves and you're sitting here. Like they've never seen magic before.
Um, uh, I send them a puff of the scent of fresh strawberry.
This dragon, like, you kind of look at his face and he like looks confused. His eyes widen almost like as if it's about to pop out of his head. And you can see he does that cute like little sniff thing that some dogs do where they like rapid sniff the air, and he's just so confused. He doesn't realize that the scent came from you. And he's just looking around like tongue out, mouth open, sniffing the air like, "Oh my god, what is happening?" His world is being blown right now.
Mm-hmm.
Say, young
That's
one,
adorable.
what do you know of the area?
Are you talking to me?
You got you seem to suddenly catch your attention on me. I figured I might as well figure out what's about you.
Oh my god, the funny magic man is talking to me? What was that again, sir? What would you like? Sorry, I'm a few drinks. I'm a few drinks deep right now. But can you do a magic trick for me?
Of course. I just like pull a little stick trinket from behind his muzzle.
Whoa! I think I blinked. Can you do it again?
Well, you never do the exact same trick twice. It ruins the fun. Now,
Oh my gosh.
why don't I could do several more tricks for you, but I'm just curious. Do you are you from around here, or are you called in?
He kind of like gives you that look of a blank stare with like nothing going on upstairs, and his eyes are just focused on your cards, and he's still kind of like shocked that you just pulled a stick out of thin air. And as he's sitting, he's kind of like wobbling back and forth. Like you can tell he's off balance. He's not really sure what he's doing or where he's going. He just looks like he's seeing a ghost pretty much, but he's just surprised by what's in your hands.
Fully lit, but not terribly useful. Amazing. Okay. Um. Well, is anyone else paying attention to me distracting the kid, or?
I am gonna start. I think I'm gonna talk to the bartender as well.
Go for it. Hello there, traveler. What will it be for you?
I just like I would just like a drink of water, please.
Great. Another customer here not paying. How am I gonna make rent this month? He's gonna walk and he's gonna come back and he like slams a cup of water down on the table. You're unsure if he's spitting it or not. He just looks very pissed off.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him if like he's seen anyone um who looks slightly different from his usual like clientele walk in. They kind of fit the description of who we're looking for.
Man, what is it today? So many people have asked about new people. I'm a bartender. People come in, day night. Some people never leave. There's so many different faces. Uh, but like I told this other patron that was here earlier, I guess someone came in that I don't recognize. That fine fellow in that back corner over there, she also came in without even paying. Why did I open up a tavern if no one's gonna drink here? But she just came and sat down, and she's just been looking around, kind of scanning the room. Kind of eerie if you ask me, but oh well, to each their own.
Alright, I'm gonna approach that person that he was talking about.
Go for it. Wrong back room. He like nodded over here in this section. It's okay. It's okay.
If it's okay, I would like to maybe walk over here and maybe see talking to this. Is this a local? Another local?
Yes, this is another local. Just
Okay,
someone
maybe.
enjoying a
I'm
meal.
sorry.
Someone who's just enjoying a meal.
Hello, new friend. How are you doing today?
Uh, uh, I'm good. They have like a mouthful of full food. They're like mid chew when you came up to the table, and they're like, I'm good. You can like
Oh, I'm
barely
sorry.
understand as like crumbs just fall out of their mouth.
I'm sorry to interrupt your supper. I'm just wondering. So I'm new to town, and I was just wondering if there's anything fun to do around here.
He like takes a big gulp of his food. Um, uh, a fun you say? I went I went horse tipping yesterday, and I caught a pigeon. We kind of do underground pigeon races between you and me. That's kind of what we get up to for fun around here. Are you into pigeon races? His eyes like widen, and he kind of gives you the like psychotic stare, but he's very excited. He like starts foaming at the corner of his mouth. He's like, "You're into pigeon races? Are you? Is that what you're looking for?"
Well, I admit I never had pigeon race before, but it's something I may look into later. But I've been hearing something about a casino. Would you happen to know where that casino is?
Oh, sorry, I don't know anything about a casino, but if you're interested in pigeon races, I know we can get some good pigeons, some juicy, quick pigeons.
I will definitely keep that in mind. Well, thank you so much. You can get back to your supper.
Oh, okay, so no pigeons.
And
That's okay, I guess. And he like turns and just immediately starts shoveling food in his mouth again.
okay,
Is horse tipping actually a thing?
I've heard of cow tipping, but not horse tipping.
Yeah.
They are too poor to have cows in this area, so they do horse tipping.
Ah, okay, okay. Thank you.
You're
I was like,
welcome.
what is this American thing that they do? Mm,
Would any-
then I'd like to speak to Kai, if that's fine.
yeah, you see, the person at the bar was kind of like gesturing before. They haven't moved. They're still at that table, and you kind of saw someone else go up, and you can't really make out what they're saying or if like they've just started talking, but you just see them approaching that stranger in the back corner.
Okay. I go up to them and I guess interrupt them and say, just, "Hey, do they
Oh,
notice me?"
yeah, Verity sees you in front. Um, oh, you guys came up at the same time. Is there something I can do for you? She's kind of a little uneasy, because she doesn't know who you two are, and you kind of both approach the table at the same time. There hasn't really been a conversation going yet, but she
Mm-hmm.
kind of looks like she gives you those eyes that she's scanning you up and down, definitely thinking there's something going on. But she is very approachable.
Okay, okay. Um, well, I sort of like gesture with my body, like with the shoulder towards the barkeep, and like, yeah, they said you might be someone fresh faced here as well, not someone who's been here, and I'm looking for someone who probably haven't been here before, as far as I know.
It's funny you say that. I'm actually here looking for an adventure party. And you, my friend, fit the description.
Can I hold out the letter that I was given, that was sent to
Yes,
me?
yes, you
Okay, I
can.
hold out the letter and sort of like wave it in front of me, Like not like a huge gesture, but sort of like a tiny gesture, so that it's very noticeable at least.
Verity looks at you and kind of gives you like a sly smile and a little bit of a chuckle. Please have a seat. I've been waiting for you.
Okay.
And then as you sit down, she turns to Labris and kind of looks and, are you here for the same thing as well, might I ask?
Yes, I am, and I'm looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to this for quite a while.
I am looking forward to this as well. Please have a seat. I'm still waiting for two other adventurers that I've asked to join you guys on this quest.
Indeed.
So you guys just kind of like sit around the table. Um, Feel free to introduce yourselves. Verity is there. She kind of looks at both of you sitting at the table, and she goes, "As we wait, you guys are going to be spending a lot of time together. So please make introductions and meet your new teammate."
I pull out a chair or a stool and sit down, and I lock eyes with Labris, was it?
Yes, it's Labris.
Labris. And well, I introduce myself. Um, sorry, I gotta check what my name was again. Shiana.
Yes.
Yes, that's sort of like at my introduction, Shiana. That's me. Was invited and accepted this well adventure as well. I I am a fighter. What sort of role will you be doing?
I'm Labris, and I hail from the small elven town, but I didn't want to become royalty. That's just not how I wanted to live, so I ran off to the woods, and I have kind of been bouncing between different cohorts of adventurers, kind of as a mercenary, but I am happy to join anyone, and that's me.
Oh, so you've done this sort of thing before?
Yeah, but we're not going to talk about that in this company.
Hmm. What kind of skill set do you have? Like I said, I'm a fighter. What do you do?
Yeah. So I have, if you look at my eyes, you can probably see that I can see in the dark pretty well, and I am very proficient with a crossbow. I managed to shoot two goblins in the dark in the middle of the sewer. Again, context is for kings, so we're not going to get into that.
Oh, I'm not too interested in sewers either, so that's okay.
As you guys are kind of talking, making small talk, waiting for other characters, you kind of take a look around and actually like get acquainted with the area. You see that the back like table that you guys are sitting at is a nice polished wood tables with like paintings around, kind of giving more of an idea of what kind of person Verity is, how out of all of the tables in the tavern, she kind of picked a well lit, cleanly table, just kind of adding more to who she is as a person. And you can see that there's some platters on the table with food and snacks and some tea. She hasn't touched it at all, but you can tell that it's kind of set out there for as if she's waiting for someone. And when you look at her, you kind of see uh, she has this aura about her that's like a confident demeanor that almost makes you want to trust and get to know her more. She has beautiful silver hair, and you actually notice that she's a tiefling, and she has cobalt blue eyes, and like her hair has little curls around it. However, she wears it back in a side ponytail. And she just kind of stares, watches you guys make introduction. She has a mysterious gaze fixated on both of you. but she still manages to scan the room and kind of look look for others. She constantly keeps her eye on the door just to see if anyone else comes in, or it's like she's looking for other people.
Mm.
Um, Eventually, with a bit of a sigh that he has to go introduce himself, Hugo will sweep up his backpack and head over to the back table as it seems things are gathering there.
The dragon that was watching you is still like doesn't even kind of register that you've left yet. His eyes are still fixated on the table, and then all of a sudden, like, the cards just kind of vanish, and then he looks up and sees you walking away, and he just looks so sad. Like, he was very excited to see all of this world of magic open up to him, and it got taken away in like a flash. And he gets up because he wants to try to follow you and talk to you more, and he doesn't realize that there's a table in front of him, and he just trips and he falls
I just sort of like
on the floor.
like give him a half smile and sort of awkward finger guns, like I have no idea how to exit this, and then I'll turn around and wander away. I wander towards this other table.
Sorry, do we hear this commotion that the person who walked into the table fell over?
Probably not. The tavern's loud, and this is on the other end of the tavern. But this person who's right here on the end just like starts laughing because they just see the dragon that attempted to walk forward straight into a table fall and pass out on the floor.
Okay.
Okay, and sorry.
Sorry, can you repeat? You cut out a little bit.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Sorry. Okay, so my character's just looking around and she's intrigued by the three figures in the back just hunched over and appear to be very secretive. So she goes over to them and she looks at the tiefling and says, "Well, hello there. I'm assuming that you are the friend that gave me this." And then she discreetly holds up the letter.
Ah, welcome. I knew that there was a couple more of you coming. Please have a seat.
I
Thank you.
thank you.
I'm gonna move your character over here as you join the table. Please have a seat. We've already started making some introductions, but I would like you to meet your other two team members. You guys obviously are going to be in close quarters going through this quest together, so I would appreciate it if you got along.
Uh, well, um, I'm Inquiry. I was originally part of a circus troupe, but somehow I got separated after a storm of Goliaths just ransacked the town that we were in. So now I'm trying to find my way back to them, and that's when I got this letter. Very interesting.
Verity kind of hears this and she just giggles and she was like, "I've handpicked each of you because of your specific skills, and I believe there's one more joining us. But please get acquainted with each other."
Hugo will wander up to the table and sort of sweep his hand as if he's wearing a hat, but he's not. Greeting. Know me as Hugo. I believe that you're looking for me.
Ah, the fourth and final member. Please have a seat. My dear Hugo, you said?
Indeed.
Welcome. Please sit down, talk amongst yourselves, get to know each other before I kind of unveil why I've gathered you to here today. You kind of like can sense that Labyrinths and Sienna already got to know each other a little bit as they've kind of like you can see them like chatting and kind of are close to each other. And Verity is just kind of waiting to like have the entire group get to know each other, kind of introduce themselves.
So what were you all doing when we got a letter from the from this nice lady?
I was trying to fill a hole in the wall that my bard caused. He got drunk and then threw his mandolin at the wall, and he managed to go through three layers of plaster.
Most
Yes,
I
that's just what I was doing.
I had just finished my thesis and was about to go for my worldly adventures, as encouraged by my. I bring understandings of the arcane arts that weave through the world around.
Oh, so you're like a magician.
Yes,
Mm. I wasn't
I
doing that much myself, to be honest. I just parted from my previous group and was just about to venture out on something new. And I got this invitation, and it was just at the right time. What about you?
Me, are you talking to me?
Yes, you.
Oh, I was just walking along, just trying to find my circus troupe and get back to them because they're basically the only family I have ever known. So that I'm just trying to get back to them.
Okay. What did you say? Circus? Was that what you said?
Oh yes, I play I always have my trusted lute here and my lute here and I always play for the audience in between acts. It is so much fun. Not what you expect with a bard or with or with a or with a half orc, I should say. You don't see too many um half orcs who are musicians, but my circus troupe was very taken with me. So I was glad they finally took me in and made me one of their own.
Okay. Okay. Shana is she has military background, and her father was military as well, and her mother was also very pragmatic, a herbalist. So the thought of someone actually doing music, being creative like that, is something very foreign to her. So she's like visibly uncomfortable like speaking about a circus and music and such. So she's like sort of like nods in understanding and just doesn't really comment on it and just looks to the side.
Ah, gotcha. That's understandable. Not everyone is used to circus, especially someone as big as me and playing music. Normally, I scare people.
Mm, okay.
um, but so I get the feeling you chose us for a reason, considering the nature of contact. Uh, Do you care to disclose that reason at this time?
I thought you'd never ask, Hugo. She kind of smirks. She was listening to you guys kind of get to know each other, and her smile is like a reassuring smile that just solidified the fact that she picked a really great team for this heist. But Verity like turns to Hugo and nods and then faces the entire group and she says, "Well, thank you all for accepting my invitation. Some of you may know me, some of you may not. I am Verity Kai, and what I'm about to discuss with you requires the utmost secrecy. I cannot stress to you enough how important it is that you speak nothing of what you hear within these four walls." And she kind of leans in and looks at you all, waiting to get assurance that you guys won't say a single word.
Hugo will nod.
Shana grips the sword like at the hilt by her side and like sort of just grips it and just nods in your direction.
I won't say a word.
She kind of turns to Labrys, just looking. Gives you like that one eyebrow raise.
I reach out and I shake her hand and I look her in the eyes and I nod.
Perfect. She gives you like an ear to ear smile as she then explains the quest that you guys are about to go on. The Afterlife Casino is where you guys will be headed to. This is a new Nine Hells themed attraction just right under town. The owner, Quentin Pocket, built it using prize money he stole from me, my prize money, and I would like you guys to give him hell. He is hosting a tournament there. The tournament is 2 days long, so there is a little bit of a time limit on this adventure, but I want you guys to steal the winner's statue he plans to award as a prize, embarrassing him in front of all of the big gamblers at the tournament. I also want you to steal back the 50,000 gold pieces he stole from me. Bring me the statuette and the gold, and I will be waiting for you right here. After this, she kind of like scans all of your eyes. You can tell how serious she is. There is like, as she was talking, you could feel the rage building up inside of you. Um, Out on the table, she lays out a map. I'm going to move this here so you guys can see it. She moves out a hand-drawn map of a rough idea of what the Afterlife Casino looks like. She also places a bag of holding on the table. The bag of holding is for transferring the loot. She expects you guys to put the gold and the trophy in the bag once you successfully complete your heist. She also offers to pay each of you 100 gold pieces on any additional coins or items they acquire within the casino. So she was already planning on giving you guys a healthy prize if you manage to pull this off. But if you do it within the 48 hours, she also offers to basically add on 100 gold pieces to any sort of treasure or anything of worthy you bring back.
Hmm. Is
And
that
again,
for the whole group or per person?
that is for the whole group.
Okay.
Again, she wants to make it clear that you guys have 48 hours to steal the statue. And as you're kind of scanning over the map, you can see that this casino is pretty big. There's a lot of different rooms, and you can see the different like game tables, bars, and you try to figure out a plan based on this hand-drawn map that you're given. There's not too much to go on, but it gives you a rough idea of where this casino is. She also assures you that while you can try to take the statue from the winner on their way out, I want you to limit the heist's impact to Quentin as much as possible because I want him to feel the shame. I want him to be so publicly humiliated, he will never want to show his face again. Do you guys want to ask Verity anything? Do you want to take a look at the bag of holding, the map?
Yes. Where exactly is this? Is this far from here?
I'm so glad you asked. I've actually prepared transportation to get you guys to the Afterlife Casino, as this is a casino that is typically hidden from, let's just say, the above ground view.
Okay. Interesting.
I see.
So we're going to hell and raising hell. That sounds like fun.
She lets out a
Hell yeah.
It's kind of like glimmer. Do you guys have any questions about the bag, the map, or anything else about the casino?
Well, I wouldn't wish to exactly question your choice of our involvement, but I'm proficient in standard card manipulation. I am not a master of the Dragon Ante. Um, are you quite sure that you have the right halfling for the job?
She looks and she kind of gives you a slight smile and she goes, I know your skills will be put to good use down there. No worries on that. There is a variety of games and tables. It is a casino after all.
What kind of wards are around the place?
Lords?
Yeah, like, can someone teleport or summon in the
Oh,
area?
wards. Sorry, I thought you said lords with an L, and I was like, there's some people there. You can kind of tell from the map that there is like a good security system. However, Verity herself has never been in the casino because obviously, due to her previous engagement with Quentin Togglepocket that has fizzled out into pure spite and rage and hate, she hasn't actually stepped foot in the new Afterlife casino he built. So um, she does let you know that this map is pretty accurate to the layout. However, she doesn't know the inner workings of the casino to that extent. But what I can tell you is that this casino employs tieflings only. And you can see that the doors to the employee areas only have bright green, bright green trim. And I have heard from my internal scouts that they are magically locked. So getting into them might require an employee pass card to kind of bypass these magical locks. And the security mirrors are also a magical item, and they're spread out throughout the casino. But that's to the most of my extent on any wards or magical knowledge around the casino.
Okay.
Are there any guards that we need to worry about?
Um, there are guards around. The tiefling employees also double as guards, so just beware. I'm not sure about how many there are, or if there's anything else in the casino. But from what I heard, um, they're usually stationed around all of the tables, keeping an eye, making sure no one cheats the games, if you will.
I see.
Hmm. You mentioned having inside people. Are they people that we can count on for help should we need it?
Unfortunately, my inside contact was thrown out. He had a little bit of a sticky finger problem, if you will. So he is no longer allowed back in the casino. But he was able to kind of draw this map and give me all of these details that I've presented here for you
I
today.
see. Okay.
Would you
You
guys
say
like?
that he, sorry.
No, no, please go.
You said that he only employs tieflings. Does he allow musical acts from all different kinds of species?
Uh, I'm sure he does. From what I've heard about rumors, there's a circus that's actually inside of the casino. I don't know where he outsources his talent from, unfortunately, or how to be a part of that. But I do know that besides the employees, there are other creatures that are welcome there.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Um, While my compatriots ask a few more questions, may I inspect this bag of holding?
Of course you can. Can you roll an insight check for me?
Uh, sure. I'm going to try and figure out.
So D20. Oh my gosh,
Nice.
it's not up on the screen. Okay. An 11. Let's see if you have any.
I have a -1, so I have a 10.
Ooh,
No,
nice.
okay.
I am unable to read the room. I figured that was the best way to play that.
That's okay. You pick up the bag of holding, and just to your eye, you can see that it's made up of purple fabric with some red stitching. Just looking closely at it, it's kind of velvety to the touch. It has a nice smell, nothing like super bad, but kind of like the smell of a new car, like some nice leather to it, even though the bag seems to be kind of velvety to the touch as it's a little bit fuzzy. What you can see is that it's pretty standard bag of holding. Um, Pretty much that anything that goes in, you can just store it in there. You give it a good shake. You can't really hear much, but Verity is kind of keeping an eye on you as you're doing this and looking, because that's pretty much all you're able to see. And to the naked eye, it kind of looks like a typical bag of holding, but the way that Verity's looking at you makes you slightly confused that you're missing something.
I cast identify.
So when you would you like to cast? You said identify.
Yes.
Okay, so you cast identify. Let me go to your spell sheet real quick. You can kind of like see you open up the drawstring bag and kind of take a peek inside, and all you see is a black abyss. And so you kind of reach your hand in there because you're curious and you're trying to figure out more of this bag. Verity's kind of giving you a look where you're like, what am I missing? And what you notice from kind of sticking your hand in there, you don't feel anything. And Verity kind of looks at you and laughs and takes just a little copper piece from her pocket and flips it on her thumb into the bag, and it disappears. And you can't go back there and reach it out like a normal bag of holding. Um, so you've come to the realization that this is a custom bag of holding that allows you to put whatever you want in, but you are unable to remove any items from the bag without a trigger word. Um, Verity then kind of like looks at you and gives a little chuckle as you're confused, searching through the bag, and she says, "This is my very own custom bag. It was actually given to me by one of my good friends after I won my very first professional tournament. Ironically enough, it was the tournament where she defeated Quentin. So, of course, this bag means a lot to her." Verity does let you guys know that she won't give you the command word, but she does reassure you that if you put any gold pieces or the statue in this bag, it will be safe until it gets to her.
Okay.
Do you guys have any more questions for me, or are you guys ready to begin this quest?
What kind of sorry?
No, go ahead.
What kind of treasures is it that you value, so that we, if we have to choose?
Well, obviously, the 50,000 gold pieces that was so wrongfully stolen from me by that cheat Quentin Togglepocket, and the
Yeah,
statue. That
yeah.
would bring him utmost shame and also settle my score with him. But as for the rest of the treasures, that is up for you guys to deem worthy. Who knows? Maybe if you successfully come back here, I might just let you keep what you've gathered. But we'll see
Mm.
on that. Depends if you guys make it back here in time and how badly you humiliate Quentin.
Is there
Does he have any
anyone that you'd like?
weaknesses? Sorry. Sorry, you can go.
Is there anyone you'd like disposed of?
Dispose them?
You know, made so that they no longer a problem to you anymore.
I mean, as much as I would love to have Quentin wiped off the face of this here earth, having
Oh
him
my.
so severely humiliated to the point where he never wants to show his face again seems even sweeter than just letting him out easy.
I see. It won't be.
You
They will be slow.
You seem to know Quentin. Is there something you could tell us about him?
Yes, I mean, Quentin and I used to be old gambling buddies, and we got along really well until he decided to be a cheat and steal from me. But what I can tell you is that he is very much easy to spot. He is a noble, so he kind of has that, God dare I say it, noble-esque appearance. He is a gnome though, so gnomes, they're known for having sticky fingers. He obviously lives up to that. I will say, because of all of his overblown ego, he dresses very garishly. He slicks back his curly hair, and he has a mustache he so carefully cultivates every single morning. Oh, and a stupid long pointy beard that makes me want to cut it right off. He does have a couple of freckles under his nose that make him seem nicer than he is. Don't let them fool you. Quentin used to be a professional 3-dragon anti-player. I mean, we went through the whole gambling circuit together. But his rise to fame was cut short when I unfortunately beat him out in a major tournament. That's where I've collected my bag. And I guess he just held that grudge ever since then. And that's when he decided to steal from me. You can
Would
tell
you
that.
happen to know what is valuable to Quentin aside from money and gambling?
Well, obviously he is a very prideful gnome, and his reputation succeeds all else. I mean, he stole from me and claimed that he won the money and used it to buy the casino and turn it into what it is now. And everyone thinks he's the best gambler there is, which is an obvious lie. But he will do anything to protect his reputation. That's why humiliating him would send him in such a deep, dark spiral. I can almost taste the victory.
Okay, thank you.
So pandering to his ego, that could be the very thing we can use against him.
Does sound like it.
You guys are kind of like now talking amongst yourself, looking at the map, looking at the bag, all the information that Verity's given you, and kind of like discussing a possible plan.
I have an idea. Oh, sorry, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just a quick question about the identify spell. Did it notice any other spells like divination or tracking spells also on the bag?
No.
Okay.
Verity assures you that she trusts you guys fully, knowing well that whatever you put in the bag, you cannot get back out. So she knows that there's no point in trying to steal the bag, because even if you do, if you don't have that code, that secret code, there's no way to get that bag open and out of it.
Just I want to get something above board just in case anyone here has never used a bag of holding or perhaps a portable hole. Just a really important safety tip: never put one in the other, or at least tell me a good half hour beforehand. Very bad, unstable things happen when you put an extra dimensional space inside an extra dimensional space. So just forewarned, forearmed, and let's not put any holes in reality this week. All right.
A friend of mine has already done that, and we are still trying to fix the hole in the wall. He found an interdimensional loot, and then he got scared by it, and he threw it into the wall, and we are still trying to fix this interdimensional portal.
You might need a flump. Anyway, we should focus on the task at hand and not the plane having holes in it. Anyway, so we're supposed to get in there with this bag behind the lines of the
Guards.
where the serving area.
Mm.
So
Well,
I
so
just
what
finally got moved into the doors are a little more obvious on the employee only area of the map.
I mean, what you guys can gather from the map is that you see these like little red areas are hello are the security mirrors, and you can see all of these like bluish greenish doors are the employee only doors, which you need to find a passcode for. However, since this is a tournament, the casino is going to be busy and bustling, and there's going to be people and games, and you can see the main tournament floor is kind of like stop the line. So sorry, hold on. The main tournament floor is kind of mapped out in the back corner, because obviously you're going to be entering through the only entrance,
Right.
and so you can kind of just judge from common sense that the trophy is probably going to be on display in the tournament room. Verity also, she doesn't know exactly where it is, but she can also only assume that they're going to have it on display to kind of motivate all of the players into winning the tournament.
Does anyone know the game? I look around the group.
I know of the game, and I know how to shuffle cards.
How good are you at shuffling cards?
Quite good at shuffling.
Mm.
Verity
Are
kind of
there...
she laughs because she knows. I mean, she picked Hugo for a reason. She
Mhm.
she knows he's really good with cards, and she kind of hears you guys talking, trying to come up with a plan, and she goes, my friends, you are in the presence of one of the only people to beat Quentin in Three Dragon Ante. So she kind of talks you through the rules of the game and how to play as a prep. Um, Obviously, there's different games run throughout the casino. There's the game of chance, copper slots, life and death. Um, you can like even just do a simple game of dice rolling. There's tons of different ways to kind of go around and play. And she goes, if you guys do feel the need to gamble or you think that'll help you in your quest, I can let you know that Three Dragon Ante is a card game. And you can play this card game. Like she brings out a deck onto the table. She goes, if you would like to practice, you guys can. Um, Otherwise, the rules are as follow. So first, you randomly determine which participant is the dealer. Um, to do this, if you guys want to practice, we can roll, and whoever rolls the highest will just become the dealer. But each participant, including the dealer, places their opening bet and then rolls 5d12s to determine their hand, keeping these dice rolls hidden from everyone else. So, do you guys remember how to hide dice rolls?
Oh yes.
There's like, if you hit the dice, there's like a little hide roll eyeball, and you can hide your roll. This is for practice. When you guys are actually in the casino playing with others, you don't have to do that. If you want to hide it from me, you can. Starting to the left of the dealer and continuing clockwise, each participant reveals one of their dice rolls. This step is repeated twice more. On the second and third round, each participant can raise their bet before revealing their next dice roll. The other participants each have three options: match the bet, raise their bet, in which case all participants must match that bet in turn, or fold, forfeiting any bet they've played and dropping out of the game. Lastly, each participant who hasn't folded totals their dice rolls. The one with the highest total rolls wins. The winner becomes the dealer for the next game, assuming that everyone wants to keep playing.
Hmm.
So it's kind of along premises of Texas Hold'em a little bit, in the
Yeah.
way that you can raise, you can fold, or you can just match. But she kind of like gives you these instructions, but do not worry, if you guys during the casino, I can always go over the game if we need to, if you guys end up playing.
Okay.
No, I was thinking maybe we could have used Hugo to blend in as one of the croupiers, but I guess that's out of the question then.
If he only hires tiefling, unfortunately.
But as the croupiers, maybe we could have had you sort of blend in. Maybe, you know, people get sick often.
Hmm.
Or
Very
maybe
easy. You guys are
sorry.
planning on disguises. Dealers, bartenders, and other floor employees, although they are all are tieflings, they wear sleek uniforms that consist of black tuxedo pants and red jackets.
Would a distraction
say-
be beneficial? Sorry.
I'll say this: I was born with the math problem in my head, so I shall not be gambling. I fell out of a tree. That's my character.
I can help out with any sort of math, and trust me, this like as you play, there's going to be other things to do besides just gambling in the casino, so you don't have to worry about that.
It's if we need me to cause some sort of social splash or gaffe that is reasonable enough and looks like we're trying to do something in one place when we're actually doing it somewhere else. Maybe. But I think we need a plan first for what we're going to do to get in the back.
Yes.
I can only provide you guys passage to the front of the casino, but past there, you're going to be all on your own.
Do either of our performers have light fingers? Meaning, would you be able to perhaps collect someone else's token of passage?
I have 13. Oh, sorry.
Nope. Go. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, well, I'd have 13 in dexterity and +2 for sleight of hand, so I don't know if that would be official, maybe.
I'm guessing this would probably require someone who was proficient if we wanted to go up against. Well, though, just having the option, maybe if we get someone distracted, it would be easier to do if I distract one of the ushers and you were to do a bump and pass, it might be a lot easier to collect his belongings without actually being noticed.
Let's say I have experience with liberating certain objects from people. I can help.
There we go. And if we set up a situation where once you remove it, it's passed quickly, we might be able to get into the back. Because I'm assuming most of the treasure is going to be in the vault behind security. How do people feel about circus animals?
How do we feel about circus?
The circus animals. If they were to become frightened, the security and the employees might rush to calm them to prevent them to going amok in the tournament.
Oh,
But
that
I
I
don't.
would be okay with.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to actually have them harmed, but you know, the appearance of fire can do quite a lot to motivate them to be noisy, at least.
Yes.
Yes, I agree with that.
Excellent.
I have
Um,
experience with circus animals.
excellent. It might be best for you to be involved there to get the best result of what we need, um, which is more the threat rather than the actuality. Um, yeah, we want scared people, not hurt.
Yes.
I'm assuming. So, yes.
A heist, not a bloodbath.
Excellent. I'm glad we agree.
Mhm.
I still, yeah, I think our best bet is to uh, go through the circus, cause a bit of ruckus, and um, then pass through. Yeah, that's security. Um, up to the double dollar sign and see what we find. We're probably going to have to figure out how delicate or not the security mirrors are, because you know, if an over anxious or excited partier smashes one is that easy, it might be excellent to not be uh, implicated in this.
Yes.
I also have my trusty crossbow in case if we do need to. Let's just say, let's say decommission the mirrors from long range. I can do that.
Excellent. Yes, we'll unfortunately we'll have a very short amount of time to experiment on how vulnerable they are to attack. If he's put out the money for a diamond mirror, we're in a bad place. I don't think someone who steals to get his way up is quite going to spend that much on security.
That is a fair point.
It's just we're going to have to, I guess, when we arrive at the docks, get a good look at some of these mirrors and figure out just how rough a ride this is going to be.
Yes, and how to easiest get our way inside. I assume we could just appear as guests or who are interested in the tournaments, but we should probably check whether there's some sort of like attire that we should wear.
Where is this inside man of yours? Would he be able to provide any clothing or such?
The inside man of mine is actually going to be the one taking you to the entrance of the casino. He unfortunately is not able to provide any disguises for you guys, but like I said, all of the floor employees wear like these sleek uniforms that are like a black tuxedo and red jackets. But it can be assumed that in this spa area, you see a laundry room to the back.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely going to be spare clothing in there for all the employees. The only issue is that it's blocked by an employee only door, so you're going to need a pass card to get through or find some other way through.
Mm.
Okay.
It sounds like we got a lot of different options right now. So maybe going there, scoping out the area, and seeing what it actually is like could give us the last indication of what method we should choose. Whether it's to sort of blend in, to just see if we could maybe somehow get our way in through Quentin, or maybe just disguise ourselves in some way, or if it just needs to be a quick in, quick out. How do you feel? Do you feel like we're ready to go?
I think what we should do is we should go in once quietly, um, and get a proper look around,
Yes.
realize what those mirrors are, or possibly, what they're made of. How
Yes.
how difficult is it to open the door? Do the doors stay open for a little while when they pass through? Just get little details of how it works, so that then in a short period of time after that we regroup. And
Yes.
yeah, does that
Yeah,
make
see if
sense?
we can find, yes, exactly. See if we can find Quentin, see how the personnel interact with each other, see if we can spot any patterns maybe in how they move, just gain as much information as we can, but like you said, quickly. But yes, I agree.
Case in the place.
I'm sorry, what?
I concur with that.
And case in the place. I like it.
Yes.
All
Planning
right.
is proper
How do we
proceeding
feel?
for every heist.
It sounds like you guys have a plan. Yes.
Yes.
Are you guys ready to enter?
Yes.
Yes, I am more than ready. Let's get this guy.
Alrighty. Can you guys all move your characters to this little horse-drawn carriage? Verity ushers you all outside, and she says her acquaintance will be there waiting for you. Shrink him down. Okay.
Oh.
Before, that's okay. That's okay. Alrighty. Before we get started on this adventure, do you guys want to take like a 4-minute just like break to get any water, snacks, or anything as we prepare for the main quest, or use the restroom, or like any bio break?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
gonna go get up my dinner.
I'm so sorry. What was that?
I'm gonna
He
go
said
heat up.
yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take like quick break. Just once you guys are all off mute, I will get the story started.
Sounds good.
Cool.
I literally just like shoved a string cheese down my mouth right now.
You okay?
Oh no, I'm okay. I was just like, normally I'm a peely string cheese eater, but this I like took it. I was just chomping at it. I was eating it like a carrot.
Mm,
String cheese,
carrots.
not like string cheese.
We
You
don't
know,
have
like
string cheese.
no, you guys
But that
probably have actual real cheese, not processed cheese.
well, I mean, we do have a lot of different rules than you do. I just
Yeah.
don't understand like the whole like string cheese thing.
It's like a long cylinder stick of cheese that you can just like rip apart into little pieces.
No, I've seen it on TV, but like
And
I don't like what's it taste like? Is it good cheese? Like what's
no, it
It's
tastes like, I mean, it depends. It tastes
it's
like mozzarella mostly.
Oh, okay. I like mozzarella.
it's very mild, whatever it is, but
Yes.
Ah.
it's very
Definitely.
American.
I love like strong cheese, like
It's a
blue cheese
childhood
and
staple food.
It
True.
is a chocolate staple. That and American cheese, which I'm convinced isn't even actual cheese.
what
I
is
made a
American cheese?
my recipe for grilled cheese is grilled cheese and extra pickles on it.
Nice.
Oh.
I
Ooh,
agree.
good. American cheese is like what you would imagine cheese to be if you had no idea what it was or where it came from.
Uh,
I'm sorry, what?
it it is a cheese developed in a lab to be the perfect cheese and ended up being kind of an edible plastic.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's like the very generic cheese that you get for your burgers when you don't really want a taste. You just kind of want the cheese texture.
Yes,
like it does have
they
Oh,
like
call they have vaults of the stuff.
yeah. I don't even think it's like actually made with milk. It's like all oil and processed
It,
kind
it
of
mm, all
it's
stuff.
palm
it's
oil.
it's
Just
made
palm oil.
from bacterium to simulate milk products. The process is fast.
Simulating milk products.
Yes, there's lots of reasons why this isn't allowed in the EU. Um,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can we get back to the simulate? What?
like Dr. Pepper was developed as the ability to create a completely synthetic flavor that was not found in nature. These sorts of things sort of shape the American inventing mind, and so you get some odd ideas about what's best in a product.
I see.
Unfortunately,
That's kind
My
of weird.
dad calls it mystery cheese.
Cheese.
He's like,
unverified cheese.
yeah, he's like, I don't know, but it tastes okay, and I'm putting it on the sandwich.
And it technically gets you your calcium and a couple other things they put in it. Your vitamin A.
Actually have calcium. Is that calcium real? Do we trust that?
I mean,
Uh,
surely they put like the vitamins and etc. in the cheese.
at,
Right?
at, at, at least the stuff that I can buy in Canada has to be inspected and have the minimum amounts that are on the label. So
Huh?
I'm pretty darn sure there's at least calcium in it. How digestible or what chemical form of calcium, always
Ah, that's fair.
I science has made many interesting things. I just don't know if all of them were good.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm an
Um,
American saying this. Most of the stuff that we have is definitely not good for the body.
You're telling me you
Oh
don't
God,
eat dairy?
especially public school meals. Good God.
Which is wild because the states is where George Washington Carver's from, and that's like why we up here have a whole bunch of really healthy meals because of what he did with peanuts and nutrition. But they don't, use that in American school boards. It's
I think they're
Wait,
using
they don't have rules for nutrition in American school?
they're
No.
very minimal. Very
yeah.
they really
Don't-
don't like regulation.
Wait, so you don't have dietitians and etc. to make like to make sure that the good like. Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Like,
Oh,
most,
you,
I
the-
did when I was in school.
most of the school lunches are very processed. Like when I was growing up, there was like a shift where there was like a new health kind of code, and they had like the food pyramid and make sure like they like put a salad bar in our cafeteria, so like there's the option for veggies, but no, most of the time it's like you get like a frozen burrito in like a little plastic baggie that they microwave and then put up, or it's like frozen pizza and then you get like a cup of applesauce or something on the side. Like that's typical American lunch. Like if you look up American school lunch, it's just gonna look very gray and bland. It's a lot of just like frozen foods that are just reheated.
Huh.
Like I've seen
Okay.
other countries, and I know that there's actually like the cooks make fresh homemade food.
That's what we had.
Yeah, we
And
get
like several options and
no.
You get funny hot dog that bounces when it falls off your plate.
Oh yes.
I had
Oh,
a,
I really love though those French fries that are shaped like smiley faces.
oh yeah.
Fries. I
Last
don't think there's tomato in there, but they're so good.
my technical college, we have like my technical college and my high school I think both have the same like food suppliers, and my high school both have the same food suppliers. Last week I had I had a hot dog and it fell out of the bun and it fell on the floor, and I just watched it bounce. I was like, okay, buddy.
that's not good.
I swear to
Food
God,
isn't supposed to bounce.
but it does. We literally have microplastics like running through our bloodstreams.
if you put enough nitrites in a sausage, it'll bounce.
Um,
The other fun thing you can do with a really heavily cured sausage is modulate an AM tower, but it will light on fire.
I'm sorry, modulate an AM tower? What's that?
Yeah, if you know those big metal repeater towers for the AM radio, normally just sitting on their own, they you can't tell what's going on. But if you put a hot dog on a very long stick, because this is a lot of power going on there to repeat the radio, but you hold the hot dog like just like a centimeter or two, and then once the electricity arcs, it'll the hot dog becomes a speaker and plays the prominent AM station.
So at work today, I'm gonna tell them about the Canadian who taught me about speakerphone hot dogs.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
My broadcasting engineering professor told us about that. He actually showed us a video of him doing it, and we all
Yeah.
it was so funny. Yeah, because apparently he went up to the transmitter because I'm in a broadcasting program, and so apparently he went up to the transmitter, an older transmitter, because like he would never do this with the new fancy gear, and he went up there and he did that, and he said that it was very funny until he started smelling bacon. Because it was like a pork sausage. It was a pork sausage, and he's like, "Oh, it's my lunch." And he said he ate it afterwards too, and I'm like, "So you ate an irradiated hot dog?"
It wasn't irradiated. It's just literally just like the same power that makes a microwave.
Yeah, he basically just made a very hot, floppy hot dog.
Yeah. No, it demonstrates both how wonderful radio is, while also the danger that electricity is.
that's actually, I didn't even know that until you said that, so that's actually very hilarious.
There's a lot of places to wander around in central Ontario, and there's a lot of towers. to get into trouble with.
Oh no, that's funny. Sorry, I did not mean to get us distracted with like this whole the
I
nutrition.
like it.
I'm. It's my bad habit. I'm very easily distractible. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay
Same.
too. Do not worry. Oh, someone put in the chat broadcasting. Oh, you work for PBS. That's so cool.
That's awesome.
That is so awesome. Sorry, I also know that I don't know what time it is in all of your guys' different time zones. So if at any point through this, I know it's a one shot, but I'm also just a big yapper and I kind of go slow. So if at any point like it gets too late for some people, just let me know and we can put a break in this and also run it next week as well, next Tuesday's time. Just because I think some of you are on the East Coast, and I think it's like 9 for you there.
Or like
Yep.
3 in the night, but
I don't know. Just let me know. Yeah, just because I don't know if you guys like work or school or anything. So literally tell me to just like shut up and find a good stopping point, and I will find a good stopping point.
that's very nice of you.
Oh my gosh, of course. No, this is your guys' game. I want you guys to have so much fun.
Aw.
Thanks.
Okay, well, as we left off before we got on a wonderful little talk about string cheese and bouncy hot dogs. If people are still watching, if you just hopped in without any context, I am so sorry. But no, that's okay. So Verity like leads you outside of the tavern to where there's a horse-drawn carriage waiting for you guys, and you see a tiefling who's kind of wearing like a red robe, just like looking straight ahead at the horse, not really paying mind, just waiting. You guys all get on, and Verity lets you know that this was actually her inside man that helped her get the information you guys need for the casino, and he will be the one leading you back down to the afterlife casino. However, she does warn you guys that he's not much of a talker, and the tiefling kind of turns around to all of you and opens up his mouth, and you see that his tongue was cut out. And
Oh.
Verity says again,
Oh,
Quentin
dear.
doesn't take too kind to cheaters, and he does have some sticky fingers. So you guys can kind of
That sucks.
see that does suck. Poor dude can't talk. But you guys are all. Let me play this real quick. Can you guys hear the music?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys are all in the carriage, heading down around the river Styx, actually. So you guys are trotting along the path, just kind of going. It's about 3 miles north of the town that you just came from. And you're just kind of following this really pretty natural path that, like, kind of leads up ahead to this cavern. And you can see as you get closer, there is a big sign, like a big white sign in glittering gold letters with a big arrow that's pointing that says Afterlife Casino. And you can only guess this is just very on brand from what you know about Quentin and from what Verity told you about Quentin. So you guys kind of like see this lacquered sign in like this very gaudy gold lettering, and know that you're almost there. And you kind of come to this cobbled like turnaround where the carriage kind of ends up going down past the river, and you enter. Let me pull this up. You start to see the entrance of this cave all along the river. Let me drop in your characters. Oh, sorry, Hugo. I was going to put you twice.
It's just going to take me a moment to load in. I can.
All right, can you guys see the map?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of are nearing you guys are nearing this entrance. You're kind of taking like a look around. You can't see the entire casino from where you guys are just yet. But as you get closer, you like almost smell this sweet breath of the sweet like breath of fresh air kind of emanating from the cave. It's like it's a refreshing breeze, which seems kind of strange, like a nice cool breeze. You also hear music playing as you enter. I don't know if there's any Percy Jackson fans, but this is from the casino.
Lady
scene.
Gaga. Mm-hmm.
Percy Jackson, of course. So you kind of like you see that the river Styx has led you to this wide mouth cave as the carriage takes you through the cave along one of the pathways leading inside. And then you can kind of hear music, you can hear cheering, lots of voices. It kind of feels like you're in Vegas. There's a nice glow kind of appearing from inside the cave as you guys all get there. And you've made it to the entrance. So the tiefling, unfortunately, cannot go any further, as he is permabanned from the casino. But he stops right at the casino entrance for you guys, so you're able to get off and walk inside and explore.
Okay. So yeah, so the ones with the green kind of background and flaming hands are the tiefling waitstaff, and the
Yes.
ones with the white background are actual patrons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smart.
You guys can feel free. You can do whatever you need if you want to just get out and walk in. I know you guys were kind of planning stuff ahead of time. I also put in the map so you can kind of compare what you saw or what Verity kind of gave you to like what's really here.
Right.
And you can see like the different rooms, the different arena.
Yeah, I'll
Should we maybe head
probably.
inside and have a look around?
I really think we should. I think we should at least buddy system, if not like I don't think we should come in as an entourage.
No,
but
definitely not.
I also don't think we should get too far from each other, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. We should be able to meet up easily, and
Yes.
if we split up into fours instead of buddying up, it makes it harder to find each other if we're just alone instead of twos.
Any preferred pairs?
No, not from my side. Do you have anything that you would like to check out specifically, any of you?
I mean I have experience with I have experience with different types of sneak kind of stealth tactics, so maybe going with the person who has the military experience would be useful. Or if somebody is less experienced with stealth, I'm happy to help them out too. So honestly, it doesn't matter to me.
I would mostly like to look at the layout and maybe the mirrors and look at the different doors.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't the two of you then go and case the joint your way, and
maybe you could look at the circus animals to begin with, at least.
Yeah, to go ogle the circus animal with sorry, I forgot your character's name.
Incurie.
Incurie. And I can and go and see what kind of animals we're actually dealing with.
Mm.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes. How about we do that, and when the clock chimes, whenever the next time is, we meet back up here.
Um, how tall are you?
With black hair.
Um, dear GM, would you allow me to ritually cast a tensor's disc such that I may appear to walk on the arm of my companion this evening?
Wait, did you say you wanted to walk on top of them?
I want to cast a tensor's floating disc and
Oh,
stand on it and look kind of cool while allowing them to drag me around the room.
oh,
Just so that I can actually stand tall enough rather than being like knee high.
yes, of course. You kind of
I'm
like
5'2", by the way.
this like whoosh sound as this disc appears out of nowhere. You kind of just like hop up. You kind of like seem a little happy with yourself, give a little smirk as you're finally like taller than everyone.
Not so much taller, but at least on par.
Maybe looking like blending in, and maybe not to maybe not draw too much attention to yourself would be something that works in our favor.
This time we're casing, and I can't help but look like me at the moment.
Uh-huh.
When we return, I will look like something completely different.
Okay.
It is surprising when you give off a particular attitude, how easily people mistake you when you don't have that attitude. Also, this is fun.
My character's height, by the way, is 5'2", in case if you're wondering.
I'm 5'10".
Lucky you.
Filling up my water bottle real quick.
You said 5'2"?
Yeah, 5'2", which is also my IRL height. In real life height as well.
5. I don't know you guys' system.
Oh my gosh, I forgot you're on a whole different system.
Yeah, 157. Okay.
48 inches.
Makes it sound so much better.
What I find wild is that I do like distance and most things in metric, but when it comes to a human's height, it's in feet. And this is just the way that my brain is programmed.
I just realized that movement speeds are also in feet. So I'm so sorry. I did not even
it's
think.
fine. It's fine.
I'm not entirely sure what 5 feet are in kilometers.
They end up being slightly short 2 meter squares. That's the conversion is usually 2 meters squares.
Oh my gosh. Okay. If you have questions about your movement or anything, I'm just gonna give you. If you just tell me a random number and you're like, yeah, this is enough, I'll be like, hell yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't even think to do conversions.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I was just curious about the height. All right. So we watch Hugo and Curry disappear into the casino, I guess. I'm sorry, is that a possum? What?
A possum?
I just saw a possum. Oh, that's Hugo. Is it?
Where
It's
the
a
heck?
possum. Something moved and it said possum.
Yes, that's the screen name that I had. I should have put Hugo.
Oh.
Okay. I was like, is there a possum in that casino? What?
Hold on. Before you guys start running, I want you to keep your movement speeds in mind so you don't just like teleport to the other end of the casino. Each of these squares are 5 feet.
Oh, good
Okay.
point.
So you guys can like continuously like move, but not just in one go. You can't. I wish you could, but unfortunately, y'all can't just like teleport to the other end of this room. Unfortunately.
I'm kind of
Absolutely.
drifting along after.
I'm trying to move. I'm trying to move my bulky self through through the tables.
I was like, there's tons of people around. There's like noises. So, Hugo, is it Inquiry?
Yes.
Okay, Hugo and Inquiry are making their way to what it looks like the circus area. As they're kind of trying to elbow their way through the crowds of people and everything, there's still 2 players left on the carriage. What are you guys gonna be doing?
Yeah. To begin with, is your character's name Labris as well?
Yes,
Yeah.
my character's name is Labris. Sorry, I had to go grab my character sheet.
Thank you.
I'm gonna just try and walk in with Unicorn. What's your character name?
Shiana.
Shiana. I'm gonna walk in with Shiana, and I'm going to just kind of get my bearings on things and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. As you guys kind of walk into where this entrance is, you immediately see that there's like people playing games, there's loud music. You are in a cave, so there is like a cool breeze that's constantly blowing through the casino. But it's all within like a natural cavern. You can see that the casino has like 4 like off to the side over here, there's 4 different tables with various games, and you can see like there's just some tieflings and going off of the map that Verity gave you guys, you can kind of point out like, oh, there's a security mirror in the corner, and as you guys just kind of see and make your way in.
To
Guys,
the
would
left,
like
there looks like there are some players' tables, like right next to that mirror.
where
To
the
the
one
left.
with the 2 tieflings?
Yeah. Are there any players by those tables?
So are you talking about these ones? Or these ones?
Yes. To the very left.
This one.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how to erase this. I'm so sorry. Those are just going to be scribbles on there. Those are like cashier tables. So you see 2 tiefling employees that are standing over there. So whatever chips that you may win from these games, you can go and exchange them for cash at these tables. And you also see 2 tiefling employees there.
So we could also buy ships from there.
Yes, you can also buy chips from there.
Is there a good spot in the casino where maybe me and Labras could more or less investigate the mirrors a little bit easier without it being too weird that we're there?
Do any of you guys have, I mean, there's not much. If anything, I would say, because your 2 magical characters kind of went off. You are more than welcome to kind of do, I would say, like a perception check or an investigation, whatever you prefer would fit best based on your character sheet. Probably investigation, I would say, if you would like to roll to kind of take a look at what you can gather from the mirrors.
Okay. Labras, do you have any specific area that you would like to look at first?
Yeah. I was thinking somewhere we could look is kind of like maybe we could kind of like maybe go by like the table that's like we can kind of maybe go by like the table that's sort of like like kind of near one of the mirrors,
Mhm.
kind of nonchalantly, like kind of like maybe lean against the wall and kind of like pretend to watch those people playing the game. Um, and kind of glance over at the table and then look a little bit at the mirror and kind of pretend that you're just kind of like sitting and watching.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense. The employee lounge would also be great to look at. Maybe like if we go ahead along the left side and just
Yeah,
like work our way upwards towards the
yeah,
employee lounge. Yeah.
yeah. I think that'd be a good idea.
Mm. Right. Then that's what we're gonna do.
All right. Feel free to move your characters around and kind of get a feel. So you guys kind of come to the first table where there was an old game being played there. There was still it was a game of chance because that's the most popular game being played here. So there's still some dice on the table. Um, you also notice that you can kind of see the casino's chips a little closer now, so you know that they're not actually dealing with cash until you exchange them. You see that the chips are like kind of thin, they're wooden, and they have an emblem of the casino's emblem on both sides, which is a golden pitchfork. And then you can kind of see from where you're standing that one of the tiefling cashiers just has like a stack of these wooden chips ready to go as they wait for patrons to come in and withdraw some money um, to make some transactions.
Can we get some of the ships?
Yeah, you're more than welcome if you want to like play and place bets. You're more than welcome to go up to the cashier. Anyone is welcome into the casino. So when you guys walked in, you just look like normal patrons coming to either watch the tournament or just gamble in the casino.
I would like to get some chips to sort of investigate them to see if it's something that maybe we could replicate or use as some sort of prop. So getting a hold of some would be something
Yeah,
nice.
one chip is one gold piece.
How do I know how much gold I have? Does it say somewhere? Let
Typically on your
me
character sheet and your items, um,
equipment treasure. Treasure?
no. So if do you see under treasure? Oh, is that where you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, treasure. All of these slots, the CP is a copper piece, SP is silver piece.
Mm.
Forgot what EP stands for. A GP, where you have 10, that's gold pieces. So you have 10 gold pieces on you currently.
Oh, now I can see. I didn't see the small letters next to the 10 before. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
How much do I have? I'm just wondering because I accidentally closed out my digital character sheet.
That's okay. I'm looking on your character sheet. I think it loaded in a little bit weird. I don't see,
Yeah, it was like a weird PDF error.
but you guys all came in with, to make it even, like 10 gold pieces on you.
Okay.
That's
Uh,
fair.
like a standard
Yeah.
amount that we have in there.
Mm.
And they're
Cool.
Oh, definitely.
Part of my background as a noble was getting a bit extra money, and I just started with 25. I still
Yeah,
do
Of
that, or
course you did. Of course you did.
if you already have like a preset amount, yes. But if you didn't put any money in, you're more than welcome to start with 10 gold pieces. But Hugo, you're rich. Stun
Mm-hmm.
flex. Show off that money.
so I think we ended up at a bar. What kind of beverages are they serving?
Oh, the employee somehow is on the other end of this. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta move. Sorry, they were like on the bar. Um, would would you like to get a drink and walk up to the bartender?
Um, yeah, I'm gonna hop up. I'm trying to just sort of like look behind the bar. What kind of
Mm.
if any, alcohols are on display?
You can definitely see like a typical standard variety of alcohol. They have hard liquor in bottles, and then there's also a big wooden barrel that has mead written on the front of it, and then on the other side of the bar, there's also like a wine barrel. So it's typical tavern, but it is slightly more class where they, instead of just having wine and mead, they have alcohol where they're able to make you shaken cocktails. There is a little menu that's on the bar, and you can see like different different like drink mixes that are kind of
Are
catered.
they actually spending the magic on ice?
Are they spending the magic on ice?
Yeah, well, are they? It is the bar like are the mixed drinks mixed ice? Have they gone to that extravagance here?
Um, they do not have ice.
Okay, but
They They don't have ice, but you can see on the menu that they're it's not just a bar that serves drinks, as this is like a casino, and it is a little bit more high class. You can see a list of appetizers, main dishes, and then they have drinks and desserts. If you would like me to read off the menu, I can, along with prices. If you're just perusing, no
um,
worries.
a chocolate dessert to split with my friend, and some sort of like uh fruity uh hard liquor mix thing.
So for drinks and desserts, they have a Night Hag's Delight, which is a blackberry tart, and that is 2 copper pieces. They have a Stench Cow cheese plate, which is 2 copper pieces, and then they have a Nessian liqueur, which is an imported dessert sipping liqueur, and then they also have coffee and tea, um, which is 1 copper piece, but all patrons get coffee or tea complimentary for the very first cup, and then they have a Night Hag's Sweet Delight, which is slightly different than the tart because it is a blackberry cocktail. And then, of course, you have your typical meat and wine. Um,
Well, we'll get the tart to have like a dessert to poke at, and a mug of mead as honey. Honey is amazing. While we're waiting for the order, is it possible for me to try and like surreptitiously take a look at that mirror to the north? I think.
um, hold on. Where's my little marker? This one right here?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes, of course. You can see it from where you are. Um, the bartender is gonna be right back. She turns around and is starting to like mix your drinks, get your food sent to the kitchen. Would you like to roll um, an investigation check for me?
Yes, I would. Uh, and
Let me
that's a
grab.
+5. Do, do, do.
Goodness. I, for some reason, did not see your rolls. You might have accidentally hid that from me.
Oh, did I?
Oh no, it's okay. I can see it on your screen. You rolled a 50.
Dirty, a dirty 20.
Well,
There it is.
with that, you can obviously take a look at the security mirror. Um, this mirror, the way that it's angled, it overlooks. I'm gonna use the pointer. It overlooks this view right here, and it also stretches completely. The way that it's angled is about like here. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Please stop. So you can kind of gather
Right.
that this is the viewpoint of
Right.
the mirror and what you can see from there. So you also can kind of tell that they're anchored to the wall at like a downward angle, about 12 feet off the floor. So if you kind of think of those like circular security mirrors that sometimes you see like on streets when you're walking. It's high off the ground and tilted at a downward angle. So it is a mirror. So if you walk up to it, you can see yourself in it. But behind it, you can only imagine that there's the security room that you were able to see on Verity's map that probably has all of the mirror footage going to.
Does
Um,
it look like glass, metal, or crystal?
It looks kind of like a glass mirror. If you want to use a detect magic spell for me, you can.
I don't know how subtly I can do that in front of the bartender.
The bartender is actually, since you actually ordered food. Oh my god, hold on. I did not mean to draw that. The bartender has her back turned to you. She's kind of working on plating your tart and getting it together. So the only other tiefling that's in somewhat of a vicinity is this little tiefling over here that is probably just keeping an eye, but she's not really looking at you. She's kind of keeping an eye on other patrons.
Um, Alrighty, yeah, I'll take a look, see if I can get a read.
If you want to roll, like do an Arcana check for me.
Sure. Just
Detect.
check.
You have
Or
+5.
kind of. I don't need to change. Oh wow.
Oh god.
22.
Oh god. Okay. Well.
I know my magic stuff. I just left school.
Wow,
So you were able
nice.
to kind of reveal that there is an aura of divination magic around this mirror, which can only lead to the same with every mirror. Just putting two and two together. Um, so you can also see that this is a large object with with 5 hit points, and it's also immune to poison and psychic damage. So this
Uh,
mirror is easily breakable. In addition to functioning as a normal mirror, you can tell that it acts as a magical like seeing device, allowing guards in the security office to see through it, just like a window. Um, you were
right.
able to tell with your role that casting the spell magic on a security mirror suppresses it for around 10 minutes just because it is a strong mirror. However, there is some weakness to it. You can tell that Quentin probably cut some corners when he did buy this casino. Um, breaking this mirror or suppressing its magic, um, you can also see that it will send off an alarm. Um, so you have to be careful about that. If you are going to break the mirror, you know that there's kind of an aura around it that'll send off an alarm to those in the security room, and you guys are unable to see um, how many employees are currently in the security room.
Does the divination spell look like it's one that would be blocked by normal or magical dark?
From what you can tell, no. It only has immunity to poison and psychic damage.
So if we put like a dark square over where it is, that would block the view for a period of time.
It would, however, you do have to keep in mind that if you block the view, there could be this person won't move. There could be a security guard
Right.
watching, and you're not really sure about that, but it is possible.
Right. Uh, all right. Thank you so much.
And right as we finish up this, this tiefling comes back with a nice tall glass of mead and a tart. That'll be 3 copper pieces, dear. Thank you so much for visiting the Afterlife Casino.
Um, here, have an electrum and keep the.
You see, this tiefling has the biggest smile ever, and is just like holding it in her hands and says, "Oh, thank you so much, good sir," as as she pockets it. I
What
also,
ta-
since you decided to tip, I want to have you gain some inspiration from that.
Oh, awesome.
So you can add 1 to inspiration.
What table's hot?
What table's hot?
Yes.
Um, well, I mean, all of our tables are pretty are pretty hot. You will see. But if I do say Game of Chance is probably our most popular game being played. Of course, we have the 3 Dragon Ante tournament going on in our back room over there, as she points to the back corner. So that's going to be real thrilling to watch. That's mainly why everyone's here today and why it's so busy. But we do have some tables playing 3 Dragon Ante. I will say Life and Death has also been on the rise lately, and Copper Slots.
Amazing. Actual gnomish coppers. The tournament is there still a buy-in?
Unfortunately, no. You cannot buy into the tournament. These players came from all around the world and are the best of the best. However, there is open seating, so you're more than welcome to go and sit at a table and watch these players.
Amazing. Thank you.
No, thank you. Enjoy your stay.
I hope you enjoy the tart.
Is that to me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I will. It's actually one of our favorite desserts here. One of the most popular ones.
Delightful. What's the circus?
Our circus is actually a dragon circus, which is very exciting. We have a red dragon, um, and then we also have kobolds who are our main circus goers. It is super fun. I recommend taking a peek.
Um, Hugo has difficulty holding his composure when at the fact that it's a dragon zoo.
The tiefling kind of sees this and she goes, "Oh honey, don't worry. If you're worried or scared about the dragons, you don't have to go take a peek at them. It's okay. We have tons of other entertainment for you to peruse."
I don't
Oh,
mind
oh,
seeing a dragon. I'm sorry.
please
Huh?
go ahead.
I don't mind seeing a dragon zoo. In fact, I'm kind of intrigued.
Does she say this to Hugo?
Oh yes, I'm talking to Hugo. I'm sorry, but yes, and to the tiefling bartender. It does sound very interesting.
It is a fun event. Every time I get stationed there, I always love to catch a peek.
I'm shocked that the keepers are able to persuade the dragon to stay.
Well, we do have some of the best animal handlers around.
And how does one get to see this fine event?
Um, I mean, you can always walk up to the stage. There's constant shows getting put on every other hour. One of them just finished, so if you guys want to get ready for the next show, you're just in time.
Um, My dear?
Come on, Hugo, let's go check them out.
Oh, well, very well. Show me these fearsome dragons.
So, as both of you guys make your way over to the circus arena, we're going to head back down and see what our other two patrons are doing at the entrance.
Yes. Gotta scroll back down. Yeah, so I'm still very much interested in getting some ships. How much were they for? How much were they? Said? Did you say?
1 gold piece of chip. This is a highfalutin casino, so big buy-ins but big rewards.
I would like to ask that question to the person standing by the table.
Yes, of course. Hi there, welcome to the Afterlife Casino. Would you guys like to exchange any chips or buy any chips or have any questions about the games?
Yeah, I was wondering about the ships actually. How much are they?
We actually sell these chips for 1 gold piece each. And if you end up making more, you can bring them back here and we'll exchange them for gold pieces.
Are there any other ways to getting the ships other than buying them?
Unfortunately, no. In order to gamble, you do need chips. We do not allow cash or just straight money gambling within the casino walls.
May I see them?
Yeah, of course. She hands you one of the chips, but she keeps a close eye on you because she's not entirely sure of like if you're gonna take him or anything, but she's watching your hand closely. But she hands you one, and kind of like what you saw on the other table, you feel it around and you see that these casino chips are thin, and they're just wooden discs that are painted, and on each side there's a stamp of the casino's emblem, which is a golden pitchfork.
Okay. Can I cast or check investigation?
Yep, you can roll for investigation.
Where's my investigation? There it is. $12? Oh, it's hidden. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, 12.
As you can see, holding it, it just looks like a normal chip. There's nothing going on. There's nothing going on with these, as far as you can tell. But it just seems like a wooden chip. You can look and see that these chips look hand painted, which just kind of adds to the overall appearance of this high class casino. And the like trident in the middle is painted with like some gold paint, which is the emblem of the casino.
Okay. Do I sense any like magical details to it? Like, should I cast Arcana?
You can if you want to, but from what you see, it's just none. There's nothing magical about the chips. They're just wooden placeholders for actual money, so people aren't throwing around real money at the casino.
Do they seem to be something that I could make or copy?
They do seem easily copyable since there's no magic that you can sense from them, and it is just a flat wooden disc that's hand painted, and the only noticeable thing is just the emblem that's stamped on both sides.
I hold it up so that Labras can see it too. Is there something you would like to check as well, Labras?
Yeah, I'd like to look at it as well, Sensei. I'd like to look at it as well, and see if I've kind of seen anything else familiar around my travels. Kind of see if I recognize anything, or and see if I can use it for anything.
Labras, what's your investigation?
My investigation is +5.
+5. Okay.
Yep, you're more than roll for an investigation if you also want to take a look.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for that.
Do you have your rules hidden by any chance?
I'm just gonna do it with my actual dice, actually. To make it easier.
Probably okay.
Nat 20.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
Ooh.
nice.
Nice.
Roll.
Hell yeah.
Just like was what was seen before, this is just a common chip. It's thin and it's wood. You can tell that these are really nicely made as they're hand carved, hand painted, and the golden pitchfork is stamped on both sides. There's nothing off about it. It is just a wooden chip that is used as a simple placeholder for money.
Is just one of the people looking at us when we're investigating the ship and talking about it, or are they
Yeah.
both sort of looking at us?
I mean, since there's no one really at this table, this tiefling is just kind of like eyeing because they saw you pick up the chip and they're gonna make sure you're not trying to like steal it or run away from it. But it's mainly this tiefling who's kind of keeping an eye on you.
Okay.
You're also
I'm going
correct.
to give a meaningful look at Labris. So to say like, hey, maybe you should like prepare and maybe like see if you could investigate the mirror a bit. And I'm going to fumble the ship and drop it on the floor between the tables.
Okay.
Okay. That is exactly what I'm doing. So Shana is it's kind of like just shrugging her shoulder and is about to reach back to the person standing at the table, but the ship sort of slips out from her fingers and she drops it clumsily on the floor beneath the two tables and she tries to grab it.
The tiefling is kind of like, oh, are you okay, miss? Here, let me go grab that for you. And she walks around the table to kind of like, ooh, I did not mean to make her 9 feet tall. Walks around the table to kind of help you search for it and grab the coin or grab the
Mm.
chip.
Alright, and I'm going to investigate that mirror a little bit. Kind of go with this plan, kind of like, and kind of just kind of glance over at it, and then kind of glance down and look, kind of like, I don't know, kind of like in a way that's sort of casual. Like I'm gonna quickly kind of glance up at it, and then walk over to help, or at least kind of feign helping,
Perfect. As you kind of
if
glance
that
up,
makes sense.
that does make sense. So what you can see from just staring at the security mirrors is that it's a glass mirror, roughly like 12 feet off the ground, and it's angled downward. From what you know, these just look like, from what you can see, these just look like common mirrors around the casino. But thanks to Verity's map, you know that these are actually security mirrors. So you can only assume that someone is on the other end of these staring, although it's hard to say um, what the angle is of like how much this mirror can see, how far it goes, and how many people are watching. But just from like the naked eye, you can see that it's just about 12 feet off the ground, and it's a good mirror.
Okay. I managed to get the ship and stand back up and hand it over to the person who tried to help me find the ship.
Thank you so much. Would you guys care to buy in to join any of the tables now?
Not right now. I'm going to look over my money and see how many I would actually like to buy first. I start like straightening out my clothes and look at the mirror and go, "Oh, that's so nice that you have a mirror right here so I can fix my clothes."
All right.
And
Enjoy
and I
and
go
don't.
over to it and start like fixing my clothes and just checking my fits out or something.
The tiefling gives you a nod and says, "Come back when you're ready. Feel free to take a gander at the games. If you have any questions on how to play anything, feel free to ask one of the dealers or any of the tieflings you see working." And yes, these mirrors do come in handy. for keeping our patrons very well kept.
Oh, that's so nice of you. I nod towards. I almost forgot your name again, and we're gonna go attack
Labras.
me, Labras. So should we make our way upwards then, maybe?
Yeah, I'd say kind of like stroll up with you, and
Mm-hmm.
you can kind of just maintain a low profile. You can kind of make small talk and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, feel free to move your characters and head to where you're going. Is there anything else you wanted to ask the tieflings or any of the games in this area?
Not that I can think of right now. What about you, Dumbers?
I don't think so.
Alrighty, let's head over to see the two circus goers and see what they're doing.
I I am actually shaking with anticipation.
Ooh. So you guys kind of make your way in and you see this the cave, like part of this cavern opens up into almost like an arena looking area, where you can kind of smell like the faint smell of some popcorn, but also some hay, and of course some like animal stenches, and then you can hear music and just people chattering and talking. Um, if you make your way in, you can see that the previous circus has just ended, but they're getting ready to set up again. Um, and one of the tieflings, who's like an usher, just ushers you in. Hi, welcome to the circus. Please feel free to grab a seat anywhere. They will be getting started with a new show very shortly.
Oh, I can't wait to see them. I wonder what they're like.
So you kind of make your way in. Um, do you guys want to ask the tiefling anything? Do you want to just kind of take a peek around? What do you guys want to do?
I want to take a look around and just sort of try and figure out what the show is like before it
Yeah,
starts.
can you roll a perception check for me?
Uh,
So that would be -1.
Amazing.
I'm so
Did
sorry.
you get -1?
No. He has a -1 to his perception because he's
Oh, I thought he rolled a 0 and got then -1.
a crit fail with a -1. That'd be funny.
Oh, oh,
Oh
oh.
my god.
Well, I got a natural 20 anyway.
Yeah, you were literally
Ooh.
Oh.
and you see this big like glowing sign that says Cirque Maladomini, um kind of hanging above, which you can only like is just the name of the circus and what they are. You can see that there's like a big staging area and there's performers getting ready. A lot of kobolds and some other just like animal handlers around getting set up, and in the center of the arena you can see this red dragon. It almost looks like not an infant, but definitely a juvenile sized dragon. So it's not a full grown dragon, but it still is very fascinating. It seems very well behaved. It just kind of follows around to the kobolds. You can also get like a nice musky smell. You notice like crates around the floor. And there's just some like portable cages that you can only be assumed might hold some like other animals. Um, you also see like a giant cage that's empty, which looks like it would definitely fit this dragon in it. Um, there's also you can see like on the ceiling there's acrobatic ropes hanging around, so you know that there's different performance. And you can see some like tieflings in the back corner warming up and getting ready, so you know that they have a dragon circus, but they also have tiefling acrobats that are kind of like rehearsing and stretching. You kind of see one just like doing a one-handed handstand, and then like some of the other ones like practicing like their hula hoops and all that fun stuff. Definitely warming up. But one thing is very interesting that kind of catches your eye. In the middle of the east wall, there is a locked double door. So kind of around here, you like I keep drawing. Hold on. I grabbed the wrong marker. Around here, you see
Right.
like two doors that are kind of leading in. You have no idea where. But it's just interesting. You can probably assume that there's like a tunnel somewhere in there. Um, but yeah, that's what you can see. Everyone's getting ready. You see other people kind of coming in, um, joining, and just like sitting, getting ready for the circus to start. Oh, that is a giant character. I'm so sorry.
Gnomes take over the world.
That would take over the world. Bigger than the dragon. Um, yeah, as you see people kind of gathering, get ready to like sit and perform. Let me get some-
Is there a way that maybe I can get a feel of the dragon itself to see if it's docile or if it's has a fiery temper of sorts?
Um, you can try by going in the front row, seating down here. However, the arena is pretty big, so you do have also for the safety of the patrons, there is about um a bit of a distance. I would say probably like
Oh,
a 30-ish foot distance between the first like seat and the dragon. Um, that's just to make sure the performers have enough room to perform and also protect the patrons in case any animals get loose or the dragon does something.
oh, gotcha. Okay.
Um, while I was doing that investigation, can I know the condition of the dragon's wing?
Um, the condition of the dragon's wing. So what you can see, like when you're looking at the dragon, as you're kind of looking close, there's a big like metal collar around the dragon, and the two
Oh,
kobolds are holding chains. Obviously to keep this dragon from like going out of control. And like I said, it's a pretty juvenile dragon, so it's not full grown. So it is like on a smaller scale, a little bit easier to handle. The dragon's wings, for what you can tell there isn't much damage. Um, on them. It doesn't look like they're clipped or anything, so this dragon could potentially fly if it wanted to, but the collar and the chains are definitely keeping it from flying away.
this month. Right. Um, wow. Okay. Uh,
You said there was a door, right? A door in the arena or the
Yes, in
circus
the
arena?
yes. What Hugo was able to see with his check was that there's just like two big wooden doors. You're not really sure where it leads, but you can kind of see them on the other end of the arena. Um, but yeah, they look locked. You can see a lock on it.
Is there a way to see maybe if there's some magic surrounding the doors?
If you would like to roll an Arcana check, you can try.
You can try.
Okay. Uh,
It's like
uh,
classic
Matt
DM
Mercer.
catchphrase.
Mm-hmm.
Classic DM catchphrase. You can
Okay.
certainly try.
Yes.
Plus plus 3 for Arcana. Okay. Hopefully I do this right. Okay.
oh,
9
9.
Nice.
plus 3 for Arcana, 12.
Okay. From what you can see, it doesn't look like there's any like magic coming off of it. There's just kind of a big padlock that's on the door.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to check.
Would you guys like to take a peek at anything else?
The mirror to the north is pretty similar to all the others.
The mirror to the north, yes. What you can tell is all of the security mirrors seem to be the same, same make, same model. Nothing changes between them.
That might be important. Alrighty. I'll head back, sort of signaling that I'm ready to go whenever you are.
Don't know if you already did this, but is there a way to see just how strong the chain the chain around the the collar around the dragon's neck is?
Ooh.
Would you like to roll? What would you like to just take a look to see like what kind of material it is, or would you like to see if there's any like magic on it?
Maybe see if there's some magic around it.
Yeah, you can with that same arcana check, you can kind of tell that there isn't anything like emulating from the collar. It just looks like it's really sturdy, like fireproof iron, thick chains and a collar. So from what you can tell, this dragon doesn't look like it's in any pain or like being super abused, but since it is little, the kind of kobolds who are holding the chain like do have a pretty good grip on it. But this dragon does seem very well trained down there, but it doesn't look like there's any magic or anything like actively hurting it.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess I'll head back with you, Hugo.
Alrighty. You know, let's go this side of the bridge on the way back, just to kind of look in on the tournament. Is it rowdy or just kind of tense?
It's definitely not rowdy. As you can like, ooh, where am I? Oh, I'm right here. It's definitely not rowdy. There's As you guys walk in, you can kind of see like a very tense atmosphere. Everyone is super focused in. If anything, it's the complete opposite of rowdy. It's quiet. No one wants to disrupt the players. They're in a very intense game of going around. You can see that there's tieflings. There's only one mirror that covers this area. And kind of from what you gathered from the previous mirror, this one's angled at a slightly shifted site, so you can kind of assume that it doesn't cover the entire room, but it mainly focuses on this back shelf where you guys kind of see glistening in the light because it has a giant spotlight in it, the winner's trophy. This is the statue that you guys are supposed to gather, but obviously it's behind a pretty secure box on a shelf, and there's tieflings surrounding it and players, making this a little hard to kind of swipe without people noticing.
Yeah. Everything in me screams it's a fake, but if I'm wrong, it's so much work. Oh boy. I don't know what to think.
Can we check to see
Alright.
how stable that box is?
Are you looking to see how stable the box is?
Yes, if I were to like to say use if I were to use like some kind of like a mage hand or something and just flick it.
Um, I mean, you could click it with a mage hand if you want to, but it's not invisible, and you would probably get in trouble because there is a tiefling that's guarding the box. But there is a spotlight on it, so you guys are more than welcome to like walk up and stare at it if you would like.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
You know what? We're here to take the opportunity. It would be really weird not to gawk at the thing. And he would be more suspicious of people who don't want to gawk.
That's true. Again, we're pandering to his ego.
Yes, yes, yes. Whoop. I want to just stay pretty close with you because, well, but oh nope, grabbed the wrong thing. And, yeah, just walk around the outside. So is there like someone who's obviously at the lead at the table at the moment?
Like lead player or someone who's kind of keeping an eye on the game.
Like someone who's like got the most stacks. Just take
Yeah.
a quick look at the table.
If you want to take a quick look at the table, you could see that there's 8 players total, but you can see that one player is already got the boot and he is now just sitting and watching. He was the first one out.
Ooh.
If you guys would like to just sit and watch for a little bit, you can listen in on the players kind of talk to each other and get a grip of who's there.
I don't want to gawk too closely, but I do definitely want to parade past the statuette. But I will defer to your lead.
Me? Or
Yeah.
who you talking to? Oh, okay. So you kind of walk by and you're staring at you're staring at the table, and you can obviously hear them. Like the rest of the room is quiet as they're paying attention, but the players are definitely trying to provoke each other. Um, One of the players in this back corner over here, her name is Anais, and you can smell that she just has like a cloud of smoke of the like most foul smelling cigars. Um, she's also, you can tell that for this side of the table, there's currently 2 games being split up where these 3 are playing and these 4.
The
So these 4 are running their 1 game, and these now 3 because the 4th one is now sitting out. But you can tell that Anais has the fat stacks. She has a bellowing laugh as she's kind of like shuffling the deck of cards, getting ready for the next player to turn. And then over here there is another character who just kind of looks aloof. Um, is just like eyes focused on the cards, trying to ignore Anais's like laugh and cigarette smoke. You can tell that this person came to win. And Anais kind of like turns a little bit and says, "Ladia, lighten up. This is just a game, right?" And lets out another big bellowing laugh. And then also, as she says that, this little guy over here kind of lets out a grumble, and it says, "Lida, don't listen to her. Just focus on the game." You can tell that he's losing. Um, he is slow, like his hands, just the way he moves and everything. Like he's just a little dwarf, and he's a grumpy dwarf that's a little bit on the slower side. Like just the way he moves, the way he does anything, you can tell that Anais is definitely getting on his nerves. Would you like to continue listening in on the conversations, or would you like to take a gander at the case?
The case, I think, is more important.
All right, so you can walk on over, and you're kind of greeted by this tiefling, and what you can gather from the case is this tiefling, nicely dressed, typical employee, is just standing right next to this big security case with the statue in it, and there is a big spotlight that's shining directly on the statue, giving it that wonderful glow, kind of catching eyes, making it super sparkly and pretty. The statue looks like this horned man with wings just kind of standing, and in its hands he's holding a little ruby. So you can tell that it's just like pure gold, super shiny, big trophy, big winner. You know that the trophy in itself is probably worth more than the prize that Verity wants you guys to steal back.
Is there any illusion or evocation magic on or around the statue?
You can roll an Arcana check. Arcana.
Oh,
Okay.
um,
Do you want me to move on? I heard you spill something. Would you like me to move to
Oh
the other-
no, my cat just tipped something over. It's fine.
Oh,
Being cats. Yes, it's fine.
I also have cats. Don't worry about it.
okay. Just a 14.
don't you have 5 for Arcana?
I do. I rolled I think a 9. So I
Okay.
think total of 14.
So what you can see from staring at the display case, the tiefling kind of gestures you to like move closer because obviously, being who Quentin Togglepocket is, he insisted that like this trophy be the star of the show off his wealth, show off the prize. So the tiefling's like, please take a look. This is the prize that these winners traveled all over for. So you're able to kind of get a good look at the statuette and the display case. You're just not allowed to touch the case. There's a big sign that says look but don't touch on it. But what you can decipher is that this display case is about 2 feet wide and 2 feet deep, and about 3 feet tall.
Oof.
It looks pretty hefty. I mean, this is a solid gold statue, so given the height, you can guess it probably weighs around like upwards of 20-ish pounds, but you're not entirely sure. But from what you could tell magic wise is that this has an immunity to poison and psychic damage. You can't really tell about the statue, but at least from the box itself, um, it's a thick box that weighs a chunk. The glasses are thick, and you can tell that it's kind of immune to poison and psychic. But you're not entirely sure if there is anything else on there.
It's leaded crystal. Darn it! I can't see the. No, sorry.
Would either of you two like to do a intelligence actually an investigation roll by any chance?
Sure.
I can try.
You both can try and see if either of you two can roll for intelligence.
All right.
And then
Did
for
you wake me up there? I can't tell. Sorry.
Okay. I see a 6.
Oh yeah, that's a set plus 1 7. Yeah, not me.
Oh dear.
You unfortunately failed the intelligence check. So all you can see is just like a pretty thick, hefty box that has the trophy encased in it. And like you said with the original Arcana, it looks like it's immune to poison and psychic damage.
Is there an obvious hole without like literally putting my nose into it?
There's not an obvious hole.
Okay.
By any chance, Incree, do you want to roll an Arcana check?
Can try. Okay, my Arcana plus.
Wait, Hugo, what was your Arcana roll?
Before it was a 14.
It was 14. Okay. So I'm trying to help you guys out here.
Yeah, no, well, sometimes,
Okay.
you don't quite see the thing.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't. Sometimes you're just a little blind, but that's okay.
Okay.
Oh,
15
nice.
plus 3, 18.
There we go.
Okay. So you were able to kind of use an Arcana check, and looking closely, you spot a line of like this. It's a barely visible set of ruins inscribed around the perimeter of each pane of glass. And then you're also able to reveal like an aura of abjuration magic coming from these rooms. This tells you that damaging the case will trigger like a magical trap that forces every creature within like a certain amount of radius um, to not be okay anymore. So what you kind of gathered is that this ruin that's around this case is basically like a tiny bomb surrounding this statue.
Oh
And
dear.
given the power and the aura coming from it, you can tell that it's not just a small little bomb. But on the front of the display case, you do see a hinged door with a locked latch that was previously hidden with magic, so it was invisible. But with your Arcana check, you're able to see, and it's only given how much this trophy means to the tournament. It's kind of assumed that the door or the key to this case is either going to be on Quentin or in his office.
Okay, very,
But since
very intriguing.
there is a lock and key, and you guys do have uh, a rogue on your team that could be, hint hint, good at picking locks.
Yes.
Yeah,
mean,
it's probably time for us to politely saunter back out again. Unless you can think there's something that we need to get from these people.
If any of you guys have a good sleight of hand or stealth, you can try picking the lock. But I see you have inquiry. You only have +2 for both of those, and Hugo.
Plus,
Your stealth is 3, and your sleight of hand is also 3. But I don't know if you
my
guys want
sleight of hand, sleight of hand is +5 to my
Nice.
dexterity, which is 17.
yeah. So I think we should set up an opportunity for the master later. I especially with this much observation, I don't want to try it.
You guys completely bow out. They're still playing the game. No one even notices you guys left. Everyone's eyes are on the 2 tables, and you can see the patrons are having their way and having fun. So as you guys walk out, we're gonna make our way and move down to see what Sienna and Labyrinth
Labrys.
is doing.
Yeah, so we were kind of deliberating about kind of a similar thing, kind of like wondering about the locking mechanism, or if there is one on the case, or where it is. And so we were kind of agreeing that since I have experience picking locks in past um past assignments, shall we say, um that I should be the one who attempts it, and they can do backup if things go south. And we're gonna kind of start making our way up there, I think,
Mm.
and kind of scout out escape routes in case if things go teets up.
Yes. eyes and also check how many mirrors there are.
Can you say that again?
Sorry. Also check how many mirrors there are.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Yeah, feel free to start making your way up and like reconnect with each other.
Where are we meeting up?
I think outside.
Yeah. I
Okay.
would
Yeah.
say probably by like maybe by these two lounge chairs. Kind of
By these two launches.
yeah, kind of like I'm gonna move my character there so we kind of know where it is. Sort of here-ish.
Like a natural
Or
meetup. Yeah.
Yeah. There's nobody really looking in that direction.
That could actually be good because we can sort of see the employees'
yeah.
only entrance from there.
Yeah, I was thinking we could kind of scout out over there.
Mm-hmm.
What is this blue statuette looking?
So the area that you guys are coming to, you actually see someone who's also just sitting there kind of sipping on a little drinky drink, just lounging in that area, not really playing a game, just kind of enjoying his time, taking a break.
Mm-hmm.
Would you talk to him? Or are you guys like coming over to sit?
Uh,
Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
no, I've been talking a lot. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I was thinking that like we kind of like sit there. We kind of sit there like maybe just kind of acknowledge their existence, but kind of like kind of respect his personal space, I guess. That sort of thing.
Yeah. As you guys kind of sit down, you notice this guy. He has a drink, but in his other hand, he also just has a notebook that he's been writing stuff down. And he kind of takes a look up from what he was doing and looks at you guys and smiles, and introduces himself. And he says, "Hey there. Are you guys taking a break from gambling? I'm Carlton. Please feel free to sit. No one else is sitting here right now." Um, I am actually currently a merchant trying to open up my own casino, so I'm here doing some research. If you guys could let me know, like, did you get bored? Is there not enough like seats? Is there anything that was bothering you about this casino? I would love to have it in my notes for when I get the chance to open my own.
Should we maybe do like maybe either insight or perception on this guy to see if he's telling the truth?
Yeah, I'd like to do that. He's a little sketch.
Yeah, you guys can do someone who has the highest roll for insight.
All right. You didn't roll for insight when I did
I
it.
have
I don't
+2.
have much insight.
I have -1.
Well, at least I have something, I guess. I don't know. At least it's not negative.
Mhm.
I do have 12 wisdom plus 1, so
Yeah, for what you can see, this dude is genuinely just like a merchant. You can kind of take a peek at the scribbles that he's been writing, and he's been like drawing an own map of the casino and just like taking notes based on what he sees, where the employees are, what they're doing, how many players, what are the most popular like games that are being run. This dude is genuinely just basically here to steal ideas from the Afterlife Casino.
Oh, anyone here have an eidetic memory?
I mean, I do have 16 intelligence. I have 16 plus 3 intelligence.
I mean, you guys are more than welcome to ask him like any questions about anyone that he's maybe seen or anyone that you're looking for or any particular movements about players. Feel free. This dude seems very like open and eager to talk because he also wants to get your opinions on what you liked about the casino, so he can also take notes on that.
Have you actually met Quentin, the owner?
Quentin Toggle Pocket. I haven't gone up to talk to him per se, just because I'm eventually going to be his competition, but he doesn't know that yet. But I have been keeping a close eye on him, um, and just kind of like seeing what he does. One thing I did like about Quentin is that he sometimes likes to come out onto the floor, um, and keep an eye on everyone and kind of watch over and maybe join in on a few games, which I thought was interesting since you don't really see that often. So I would like to implement that in my own casino. But I did see him kind of go back into his office a little bit ago, so I'm not sure when the next time he'll be out on the floor is.
I'm
Mhm.
gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him like kind of like what his personality was like when he did kind of see him kind of interacting with the patrons a little bit. Just kind of get like a gauge on like how talkative Quint is with the patrons. Like, is he friendly with them, or does he kind of just treat them like, or does he kind of just treat them kind of as cattle or whatever?
Yeah, he says that when I first saw Quentin kind of like out and about, I mean, that man definitely knows how to dress. He has a ring on every single finger. He is very well kempt. He also has a little cane that he uses. Very, very mafia vibes, if you will. But he does walk with a staggering sense of confidence that almost to me, I can definitely learn from that. But he is
This
he is
ultrasound image when you are
all of his patrons, but he does keep a close eye on the games when he is watching over them. I mean, which makes sense. I would be too. I would hate to catch someone cheating. You know, you gotta be aware of that.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
What did you think
Not
of
that
the
it ever.
Dragon Circus? Oh, sorry.
Dra- Dragon Circus, you say? It was actually very entertaining. Better than I thought it would be. However, I don't think I would add a circus into my plans. I was thinking more of like a magician or a traveling theater. That's more my style. I can't be exactly like the Afterlife Casino. I gotta throw in some competition for Quentin.
Good point.
Well, it seems like you guys are obviously here to maybe talk strategy for some game. And I would hate to interrupt that. So if you would like, I can obviously move. There's just one of me, so I can move to this other seat over here, or you guys can keep chatting with me. I'm always eager to take some more notes on patrons in casino life.
Winning can get exhausting. It's important to have a place to relax that leads you back to playing more.
Well said. Fair enough. I will bid you guys adieu, but thank you so much for your help. And kind of just making improvements to my future casino. And with that, he kind of like bows to you all. He closes his notebook and he takes his drink and he just kind of like moves to the edge and is just like kind of focusing on focusing on this area, kind of keeping an eye on the tieflings and the players and like just taking more notes as people play and walk by.
Mm.
I'm doing a time check right now. It is 7:33 my time. Does anyone need a small break? Are you guys good? Would you like me to find like a good stopping point? I don't know what time it is for all of you guys. So I wanted to get a gauge of how everyone's doing.
To be honest, we're approaching 11, and unfortunately, with the unexpected weather, I'm a little more tired than I expected.
That is
Hmm.
totally okay. I know that we've been playing for a little bit, and I know that the one shot kind of starts late to kind of try and compensate for everyone else's time zone. So if you would like, I can put a small like pause in this and we can pick it up next week, or if you guys want to do like speed run to finish it, whatever you guys are. I'm here for you guys.
What if folks are willing to continue it later, I could like bow out for now, and you could continue to investigate without me from here.
I
And
would be okay with like returning to this at a later date so that everyone could be present, if that
Yeah.
works for everyone else.
I
Yeah, I would agree
agree.
with
good.
that.
I'm good 7 o'clock next week, or whatever the equivalent is for everyone else.
Same.
Yeah, I'm
time.
free next Tuesday too, I think. So
Same here. So
Oh my gosh, perfect. So we can pick.
yeah,
up
I have a class tomorrow at like 8:30 in the morning. So
Okay, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you gotta prep and get everything ready. I feel like we're at a good stopping point since you guys are gonna pick it up and kind of do some recon and kind of make a new high
yeah,
school.
there's kind of a natural pause here anyway. So
Yeah. Do folks mind if I put any plots or musings into the tavern lounge about where we are and what we might try and do as a or if other people have ideas of what plots we might do? Just
I
so
Yeah.
don't mind that at all. I think of that as sort of like the characters talking to each other. So go ahead.
Exactly.
yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Mhm.
awesome. Thank you.
Things fresh so we don't forget as much of what all information. Of course, I can relay any information that you guys may have missed. But yeah, feel free to like talk offline and prepare for next week. If you guys want to like
Absolutely.
character, I always love doing that.
I'm gonna play some
Awesome.
GTA and get some ideas.
Like,
I'm gonna watch Ocean's 11.
Excellent. Oh, I'm gonna turn it. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you too.
Yeah, you
Sleep
too.
tight.
thank you.
Thank you
Sleep
all.
tight. Don't let the gazers bite.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.